Dude, it's been shared 200 times. But less than 20,000. It's almost a 5% retention rate on likes alone, not to mention shares. But look at the view time on that. That was posted barely 24 hours ago.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, like
that's good.
I hit a 6-month one not that long ago on Instagram.
Did you?
Yeah.
What's up, you guys? So here in Coeur, Idaho, CDA, that's hashtag CDA. Here's Coeur. Down here for the No Kings protest, I tell you, there's probably about 1,000 to 2,000 people. Obviously, it's left-leaning Democrat people who are here in opposition of Trump, and obviously the big military parade. I was talking to a gentleman earlier about it, and had a great conversation with him. And just to be fair, I'm not going to share all the news what he was telling me, but he was a Democrat. He is a Democrat, and he was just saying that he would actually be against a military parade, even if it was a Democratic president or leader doing it. So he's across the board on that. He was fair. He did share that, he actually likes the spectacle of that type of stuff, which I do too. I love, air shows and things like that. But it was a great conversation. So I'm just going to be here today filming this, reporting on it. Across the street from this, there is the 1776. I'll turn the camera around in a minute. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I'll be out here for the day. I really, honestly, there's been a lot of rumors that Black Bloc and BAM are going to show up, which is another form of Antifa. They're not showing up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. They're not showing up. And I guarantee you, if they did show up, the Democrats or the liberals, and however you want to say it, whatever, the people that are here in opposition to Trump would not allow it. And when I say it's a peaceful protest, this is exactly what it is. Whether you agree with their policies, like their policies, or what their viewpoints are or not, they're 100% peaceful. I've been to 2 of these. I live streamed them. Each one, it was a hands-off. There was about 1,000 people out here. They talk to me. They engage. I can have conversations with them. It's not Seattle. It's not Portland. It's not Chicago. It's Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where you can actually have some dialogue and talk to people. So, so this whole stupid thing that these groups are going to show up, or people are being busted, and that there's bricks laying on the street, at least not in this city, it's not happening. And I'm being a fair and honest reporter. You guys know what I do. You've seen what I do. You've been involved in what I do. I was telling the gentleman earlier, like, another guy from Republican side across the street. I was like, dude, they're not coming here. I've been in the environments. It's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen unless people want it to happen and make it happen by the belief, they're going to come, and then people show up and kind of oppose and things like that. But anywho, I'm going to turn the camera around. I want to get my things posted in case you guys feel like you want to bless me and donate or whatever, like the footage. I'm going to post those things right now.
I really like your jacket a lot.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, bro.
God bless you.
God bless you too, man. Let me get these things posted right quick, you guys. And then share it out. Share this out so people can see what Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is like, and things like that. So share it out if you guys would like. Let me get this posted. I have Cash App, I have Venmo, PayPal. You can contribute there if you'd like. I also have Super Chat here on YouTube. And I don't know what's going on across the nation. Obviously, the parade is supposed to start around what time? The parade is supposed to start, I think, 6:30 or 6 o'clock Eastern time. So we'll see. Let me get this turned around, make sure I'm on. Okay, I'm on there. got it pinned there on Facebook. Facebook's live. Let me go over to YouTube right quick. Actually, I'm going to share this live stream to my personal Facebook as well. Then I'll turn around. You guys can see I'll walk. I'll go across the street. You walk across the street and see what's up. You guys like my hat? Yeah, it's kind of saucy, huh? It's kind of fly. My hat's kind of dope.
I research, and the dude has way too many thoughts on me to make me super uncomfortable. The thing is,
excuse me. All right, so let me go to YouTube right quick, get the things pinned there. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. I know I'm not live that much, but I thank you guys when I do go live that you guys come on. What's up, Eddie Block? So I honestly appreciate that you guys come in. 27 are watching on YouTube. Let's share it out. I'm going to turn the camera around just a moment. Just a moment. Go talk to the conservatives across the street. Conservative-minded, at least. And here's the thing. I was telling the gentleman earlier, actually a patriot, I was like, both sides need to be. There were some guys that came down here who were down here actually to preach the gospel. And they said there's no king but one king, which is very true. There's only one king. That's Jesus Christ, okay? And either side is serving Jesus Christ, to be honest with you. People, one side can give the lip service that they put God first, but how many of them are truly born again and truly making that a daily devotion of really getting the word, praying? Because if that was the case, I guarantee you that Trump and the politics wouldn't be the first thing on people's mind. It would be the kingdom and trying to win souls, trying to get people to come to the Lord, trying to get people to repent from their sins, be baptized in the name of Jesus. That would be the number one thing. It wouldn't be putting on the fatigues, putting on the gear to come stand against 60-year-old people. That's just my opinion. That's my view, and I stand behind the gospel. I stand behind the truth. So that's what I believe. So I want to turn the camera around so you guys can actually see what's going on. So let me hold the camera up so you guys can actually see how far this is going. And again, here's another aspect. Again, if you think about this, this is, I guess, a red city supposedly, but there's 1,000, 2,000 Democrats out here, people out here against Trump, and about 50 or to 100 people that are, the patriots, Republicans, conservatives. So it don't make sense. It's like, here you have opportunity to counter-protest, or you have opportunities to protest, but you never come out in the mass numbers to do it, which I don't know why. I mean, the reason why I think a lot of these people came out today, Republican-wise, because there was this rumor, this fake rumor about that Black Bloc and BAM were going to be here. So that's why they came out, because they weren't out here the last couple times. I'll take that back. The last no hands or hands off rally, there was about 10 people that showed up, Republicans. But other than that, so there is a Trump train, or if you want to say a Trump train, whatever you want to say, is going on. They're starting to drive by. So there is going to be a lot of that today. I'll tell you that. There's going to be a lot of people driving by.
Do you want some water? Are you thirsty?
I'm good, thank you. Appreciate it. Maybe in a little while. It'll probably be all warm and lukewarm later, but it's
Yeah, I had some in my trunk, and I was like, people are standing out in the sun. I didn't have any sunscreen, or I would have brought that
yeah.
too.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Look at KHQ Girls and Friends. They're just the most flagrant looking.
Yeah, on purpose. Yes.
Oh, I know. They're
Yeah.
extremely rough.
Everyone here has the most freedom of speech.
And you know what? I love that. Like, that's what I'm here for. Like, I made a video on TikTok basically saying you have a First Amendment right, we have a First Amendment right. As long as it's
So there's going to be a lot of this today. People driving around, flags. So you cross the street, you can see Republicans, and that's a handful over there.
When they get you infighting, then you realize it's not the correct.
So again, a red town, a red city, supposedly, but there's the numbers over there versus this. This is going 2 blocks, and this is probably about a quarter of a mile. Oh, Cars of Idaho. I've never seen that one.
He's not a real cop. He's a.
What?
That's a lean enforcement. So that's a.
Is that the ones that were helping? Is that the ones that were helping?
Repossessed and yeah. Anytime you gotta lean on your car.
Mom cop car he's got there.
The gray mom cop car.
Paul Blart for the win.
Don't make me turn this car around.
I got to get a picture of this because I'm sending it to the Secret Service. No, I'm serious, man. You're saying kill Trump. That's cool.
You don't know what that means.
Yeah, I do know what that means.
You ever worked in the restaurant?
You said
Yeah,
what?
I did, but that's beside the point. There's already people
You guys
going to
turn your
jail
backs.
for it.
You said a sign that says kill Trump?
That's what the sign says. 8647 means assassinate Trump.
Turn your back.
Move along, asshole.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Good job, guys.
Blocks long, about a half a mile. Well, actually about a quarter of a mile because these are long blocks.
What are you doing?
How you doing? Good to see you.
How you been?
All right, how you been? What you been up to?
You know, I got some stories I'm working on. I'm gonna be over at Shoshone, and stuff like that. How about you? Staying busy?
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah.
Working?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty big turnout, though.
Yeah. A little more than last time. Actually, a lot more than last time, actually. What time did you get down here?
11 actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
William, thank you for that super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Audio's on?
Yeah, no, audio. Hold on, I'm going to mute this just for a minute, you guys. Just for a minute, I want to mute this.
Because otherwise, yeah, it's just her by a wall. And that's kind of fun. How's your family doing?
Doing good. Yep. Doing good. No. It's a good turnout. So why do you think I'm back? I have audio back. Yeah. Why do you think people were talking about Black Bloc or BAM showing up?
I haven't heard anything about it.
You didn't?
I've been really been paying much attention though. So.
Yeah.
That's what's I've heard someone else kind of mention it earlier, but
He's saying which crowd is bigger, which is a fact. It's a truth. That is a truth. That they showed out. They showed up and showed out. Okay.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, bro.
Catch up
Have you been across the street yet? You already did?
Yeah.
I'll go. I want to go over
back
there.
over anyway.
Yeah. I'll go with you over there.
One of the guys over there came over here. He came over here for like.
What's up?
He came over here. He came over here for like an hour with the body camera. So that should be interesting.
There is more people over here.
Pardon?
There is more people on this side.
Yeah,
There is.
apparently a lot more people love the Constitution instead of a dictator.
So that's one thing I don't completely fully understand, you guys, is the whole dictator stuff. I don't get it because everybody always says that Trump's a dictator. I don't get it. I don't see it.
Well, the whole fascist thing is like look in a mirror, you know.
Yeah, I don't get the whole dictator stuff.
Projection.
There's things I do. There's some things I agree with these people on when it comes to Trump, but I don't understand the dictator
I know. It's weird.
rhetoric or positions. Surprised there's not more people around, but there is, or not more people, but more police. I will say, partly it's because there's a big car show in downtown Coeur d'Alene, which is about a mile or two from here. It's the annual, it's like the 34th car show. It's called Coeur d'Alene. So a lot of people are probably at that. And when I'm saying by people, I'm meaning police, because there's really no police presence here whatsoever. There's no police presence whatsoever. So that's what I mean by people when I'm saying people. I haven't seen, I actually just saw one police car.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
So, good. We are bigger. We are bigger. We are bigger.
That does tie right into the mob rule thing, right?
We are bigger. How you guys doing? We are bigger. I agree with that sign. Presidents are not saviors. Amen.
Okay.
Love ya.
Just saying I'm not being racist today anyway, so that's why I'm being on.
Okay. Your one black friend? Oh yeah, it's a big crowd, big turnout. It's a big turnout. Big turnout. Yes.
I'll try to be good.
Make sure you're good, man.
Can I take a picture of it?
Yes.
Can I open up that shirt?
Oh.
There? Take a picture. Can I hold it?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Weird. All right. I think. Hold on.
Are you getting used to this treatment
No,
yet?
I do got to say something. I think that was the very first time that a Democrat had wanted to take a picture with me.
Historic moment.
That was a very historic moment. That was the very first time I think that a Democrat wanted to. It wasn't like one of those pictures that was from behind, oh, he's here type of thing. It was actually a want to take a picture with me. I'm like, all right.
She was touchy.
Yeah. It's about 75 out here today right now, 76. She's standing out here with her the mega, ultra mega flag all by herself, at least on this side of the street. It's all stops. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, good to see you. How you doing?
Sure.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From
I do honestly like the peacefulness of this. It's like straight up how it should be. What do I agree with about this side? I will agree about this side that there is no kings. And I'm not saying that Trump thinks he's a king, but I will, and I do believe that a lot of Republicans view him as he's going to fix America, and he's not going to fix America. I don't believe he is going to fix America. So I do agree with that.
Got my intro song.
You got your intro song, and another thing. There's other conversations, that I've had that are always I put on here. That there's things that you can reason with, things that you can come into agreement with. I'm not a big Trumper like I was in 2020 and 2016. I voted for him, but I'm not a big Trumper like I was then. I'm not MAGA. I'm not promoting MAGA like I did. So that's changed about me. In case some of you guys don't know. In case you guys don't know, that's changed. I'm not MAGA. So that's one thing is different. One area that's, I guess, changed with me. I'd probably lean, I do believe that Trump and the Republican Party is just part of the same system that the Democrats are. So that's where I can agree with some of these people on this side. Because the gentleman, like I said, I agree. The gentleman I was talking to later, he's against the parade in general on both sides. Yo. On both sides, he's a. So you guys been sharing the gospel? How's it going?
Pretty good. Gotta pray for a few atheists.
You got to pray for a few atheists?
Gotta pray for a few atheists.
Right.
a lot of people over there say, like, yeah, I do believe in a God, I do believe in this, but then it's kind of contradictory. How are you going to say
I
you
know.
believe in one thing when the thing you believe in says that you cannot believe in
Right. But what about like this side? What same?
No, this, I mean, most people over here are already saved. I walk over and I say, hey, I ask you a question, you know about our Lord and Savior, and all of them are pretty much, yes, sir, I'm saved. They'll tell me their story, their testimony. I'd say 100% of the people over here, literally everyone we have asked on this side has said that they love God, He is their Savior. Over there,
it's mixed, right?
It's mixed.
But so how do you? I mean, just saying that they believe in God or that He's their Savior. How do you
differentiate between if it's
because they're over there saying it, right? And then
because if you get over there and you talk to them about why are you here? What are you protesting? And then they'll all tell you like what they're protesting.
Yeah.
And there's like some with like abortion,
right,
all that stuff. And it's
right,
like,
right.
And you talk to that person, and like we did, and we're like,
yeah,
do you believe in Christ? They're like, yeah, I believe in Jesus. And it's like, well, wait, the thing you're putting out is that you're for abortion, but even though the Bible says that God
hates hands of
and
sheds
it's
blood.
like, so you're contradicting what God says. So it's like that. Therefore, that doesn't make you a Christian. It's blasphemy in the eyes of the Lord. So it's the only way you can really do it is you go over there and you talk to them. And you have to get their perspective and what they believe.
But if you came over to this side and you asked them the same question, if they might say they're against abortion, right?
Yeah.
Have you asked them about drinking?
Yeah, these guys will probably
See,
probably go for
so my thing is, and I'm just saying this from experience, and I'm conservative 100%. I'm probably where you guys are at, if not a little extreme more. So I've noticed, because I've done it myself as well, that there's like a top 5 things that we look at as abominations and sins.
But there's more.
There's a lot more.
A lot more. None
And
of us are clean.
so if they may disagree with abortion over here, but are they going to the bars at night?
every weekend and getting drunk?
Do they beat their
So,
wife on their-
Not being
well,
sober-minded.
right, not being sober-minded. So is that, it's a different level of sin, but it's still all sin leads to death. All sin leads to death. So what makes them saved? You know what I'm trying to say? What makes them truly born again? Right. But if they haven't repented,
A lot
between
of
them and the Lord.
a lot
well,
of-
it is. I mean, Lord has the final judgment,
Yeah.
right? But I'm just saying that if we're saying that some of the people over there are saying the same lip service, you know what I'm saying?
Because their sins equal as their sins.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Right.
Amen. Yeah.
And there will be different consequences, obviously, that the Lord will dish out.
Yeah.
But that's the sin is still the sin. You know, there's different levels of different sin, of course. But if that's all I'm saying, because they can say over here, and I'm saying from experience because I've been around it. It's a lot of lip service with we love God, we love Jesus, but
Or your actions is
the mouths can get foul. A lot of times the mouths are foul.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I mean, it's 100% what all these guys are doing. I mean, you talk to them, ask if they believe in God, and they'll say yeah. And the next thing you know, they're yelling over there, "F you."
F you, right? So it's like, okay, so
you're not showing the Holy Spirit.
right, exactly. So it's like what you just said is it almost invalid that quote unquote you're saved.
Yeah, you opened our eyes then at that point.
Right.
In an aspect, you're like asking these people if they believe in God. They're saying yes, but
Easily, they easily say yes.
And then
Yeah.
if you ask them, they're going to say no, or yes, and it's just like I guess they're just being more honest in that point.
Exactly.
I almost feel like some of them over there almost feel like they don't want to say yes to that question.
Right.
With the people that are around them, because we're over here praying for people, and I see other people. They're like walking like, oh shoot! And I almost see their eyes wandering,
Yeah.
like they're being judged from their own side because they allowed someone to pray for them. So it's
Right.
It's a little.
And it's just prayer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just over safety, and it's over their like souls. It's just like at the end of the day, all we can do is just pray for everybody here.
Amen.
And,
the whole world's lost right now.
There is a king.
Christ is king. Jesus is king, man.
That's what we're trying to teach them. Is like,
Yeah.
they're protesting no kings, but it's at the end of the day when the rapture happens, everybody will be on their knees claiming Jesus is Lord.
Yeah. And I understand their point by just saying no kings. I get that.
Yeah.
You know, but I can respect that. Like, okay, you're right.
get
There's
the
no
message.
king. I get the message of
I get it.
Yeah.
Trump is not a king.
No.
Like, at the end of the
But
day.
and that's the thing. Even on this side, because like I said, I've been here before. On this side, a lot of people think that he's going to save the world and save America. He's not. He's not going to fix America. He's not going to save America.
And there's stuff I disagree with him. There's
Yeah.
stuff I'm just not for. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's just like he's done good, he's done bad.
Yeah,
I'm like, every
right.
president has done good.
Exactly.
He's done bad.
Exactly.
Like, what's the difference between Hillary Clinton and Obama saying deportation?
Right, because they said it. Yeah, he says it. Exactly.
People than Trump, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just
He did.
saying.
So,
But it's just the facts are normally just covered behind the blinds.
exactly. That's what it is.
But hey, I'm praying for your safety.
I appreciate it, bro. No,
And,
I'm
just
good.
Have a great day out.
Yeah. Yep. Continue to minister, man.
You couldn't have told Jesus all about you now.
What?
Not all of them, that's for sure.
We got declined by a lot.
Yeah.
We got a lot of I don't want you here, shake away. But there was a few atheists, so let us pray for that.
Yeah.
There was a reporter over there, she was wearing a cross, so we went and prayed for her safety because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, God says just to do what you can. If you can't, you gotta
Wipe off your
Raiders.
shoes and go to the next
Raiders?
one.
You're the first one to compliment my hat.
Even
I'm
Jesus
slowly.
loves Raiders fans.
No matter how bad it is.
Exactly. We'll make it to the playoffs one day.
They got Pete Carroll.
Hopefully
did,
this year.
yeah.
He can motivate them.
They did get Pete. Man, you're loaded up, man. You're loaded up.
Yep. It's great.
Yeah. Loaded.
Well, after watching what's going on down in L.A.,
Right.
that's not going to happen here.
You think it would happen here?
If we allowed it, absolutely it would happen here.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? If we allowed it.
This is Idaho. This is the last bastion of free America, right?
Right.
This is not L.A., Chicago, or Minneapolis.
I agree 100%. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking, why do you think they'd even come here?
They're everywhere.
Who? Black?
Why is Idaho immune?
You think?
They're over in Spokane. That's 30 miles away.
Right.
Those guys over there. Woo-hoo!
You think Black Bloc and BAM are everywhere?
What's that?
You think Black Bloc and BAM are everywhere?
Black? What's that? I can't hear you.
Black Bloc, Black Bloc and BAM. So you're saying that they're everywhere? That's what I'm asking you, sir. Like you think they're here?
Uh-huh.
So when you're saying they, or who are you referring to that could be here if they're over in Spokane?
God bless America.
Stand beside.
Who do you report for?
The BC preacher.
Never heard of you.
Yeah, I was in the Portland riots. I was at J6. I'm a conservative, 100%, probably more than most. So that's what I'm asking you when you're saying they. Who do you think is here or coming here? Because I'm just here's what I'm saying, my man. I know it's hard to talk. Here's what I'm saying: is like I was out here at the past 2 protests and no one showed up. They had 2 protests. They had the hands-off one, I think. There was 1,000 people on that side for the hands-off during the Elon stupid thing, the Tesla stuff. Remember that they were protesting that?
Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't here for that one.
Right. So that's why I'm wondering, like, why this time? Which is fine that you're here. I'm just wondering why this time more of a presence than the times before. Who did we think was coming to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho this time?
Well, I see folks over there. I see their slogans and what they're doing and everything.
Yeah.
And to me, that's un-American. Right? They would rather see this country brought to its knees just to destroy one man. I risked my life in 2 wars for this country.
Right.
I see things a little differently than most people.
Right.
And I don't care who they are. If they're un-American, they're my enemy. I swore an oath. I know that sounds cliche, but I swore an oath as a young man when I joined the military to protect this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do and what... If we were not armed, I guarantee you at least half of those people over there would be rioting, destroying this town.
You think those people over there would be riding over there? Honestly?
Absolutely.
It's the same people that were out here for no hands.
I don't care about that. I wasn't here. I can't comment on that. But I was here when BLM and Antifa.
Hold on.
Yeah! Let's go. We're going to the other side. Who's going?
Look at the fat cut. Feminism is serving up for fat ugly. Fat ugly.
There's your story right there, dude.
Yeah. What's up?
We should take that sign away. It's gonna get ugly.
No.
Because then
Because
that's what they want. Because then
Because
we insulted her.
we've been over there as well. There's been some of this side over there walking, and they haven't done. No one's gotten their faces at all. I've been over there, so
And we don't want to do that.
Don't get in her
Here's the
face.
hard part.
That's the.
We have these, right?
Yeah.
And all it is, for me personally, all it is show of force. If I have to use it, I'm ready, but I don't want it. Because they have every right to do it. They're peaceful. They're yelling and screaming, okay, so are we. But the fact of the matter is, like, let her do this. She wants to instigate. She needs the attention. That's fine. Let her do it.
And see, that's the thing, too. I mean, how do you view instigating? Because some of us have been over there walking back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Walking back and forth in front of
They've
them.
both been doing it.
So
both sides are guilty.
If that's instigating, then both sides have been instigating. Straight up. That's
So
just
it's
real.
even.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's not doing nothing.
And your shirt says it all, and that's true.
Yeah.
When you say no to all the junk on both sides, because
Straight up.
Fox has their opinions and their direction, so does CNN and all those.
Yep.
And with that, when you actually take the time to hear another person's perspective, you can totally disagree with it.
Right.
But if they're listening to you, then they're showing you respect. Why wouldn't you want to show them respect? Even if you disagree, I have clients that I've spoken with, and we've had great discussions and completely disagreed with each other. And it's like, I served in the Marine Corps to provide the rights that we have here today.
Right.
They're not fighting, they're not doing anything, so, that's fine.
Let's hear it. Let's start stuff.
Hey, Viper, let her do it.
Let her do it.
I might watch a recording of it.
Okay.
I'm so glad you guys are giving me all this attention.
No, don't do that. No, hey. Hey, sir, don't do that. Don't
touch me.
We've been over there doing it. We've been over there walking.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Hey. What are you gonna do?
Don't
what are you gonna do?
Hey guys, don't give into it. Don't give into
What are you
it.
gonna do? What are you gonna do, bitch?
man.
She's trying to do it.
Picking on a fat chick.
He's so honest.
She's just trying to antagonize.
You're honest. Go back over with your people,
No,
honey.
I don't want to.
I know.
It is my First Amendment right.
Are you off your meds today? Because you seem a
That's
little...
really you guys do. You guys are
Are you
really
off your meds
upset about
today?
it. You guys are
So-
a little agitated. You're about
really
to
upset.
Can I say something? I want to say something to be fair.
Your
We've had a lot of
SSRIs
people from
have
this
worn
side
off.
walking on that side.
Hey guys.
They were in people's face screaming at them.
They're afraid of you guys being bullied.
No,
they weren't.
But that's a freedom of speech, right?
No,
I just think you're fat,
screaming at you.
that's
That's no
all.
longer freedom of speech. That's why I'm infringing on your rights.
Okay.
You know, come on, that's disrespectful behavior.
Well, it is, but I think she's been down here walking, and everybody's going up to her.
I saw her in people's face a minute ago, but I'll give you. I understand.
Yeah, yeah, you saw me over there, man.
It's the same thing, but there's just a little bit of a level.
Yeah, she was
She's
down
on
here
11,
walking.
and they were on like 7.
See,
Maybe.
she's staying down here. We're going to her.
Right on.
You know,
I was just trying to cool shit down for the most part. But I mean, I was saying some hurtful things, of course.
No, I don't care about that. I'm just saying we shouldn't approach her.
I agree.
Let her walk. Who cares?
I just didn't want to see that old guy fucking get
Yeah, I
in a fist
know.
fight with her. And
I
all this,
know.
you know, that's why I came over. Like, oh shit,
For real.
Yeah.
That's real talk. Yeah, you too.
Hey, do you need a prescription? Are you off your SSRIs right now?
Do you need your TDS medication?
Oh, look at you!
She doesn't want the prayer.
Okay,
What's up?
we can help you out.
He called her out for a match and she goes, you're smart.
I just want to pray for her safety. She wants to know.
You're never going to get You're here because you're brainwashed. Look at the dumb fat bitch look like a seal.
Hey, don't you know socialists are dictators?
This is not the time to have these conversations.
These people are sick. They're even debating. Hey, stupid.
Don't waste your time. Listen, don't waste your time. She wants attention. Right, how does this go? Let her do it there.
Hey, go to North Korea then.
She gets swiped left on all the dating apps. That's the only way she gets fucking attention, okay? Literally, you do.
We got tiny wieners.
Hey, I escaped communists. Get your socialist off my face. And get out of our face.
It's unfortunate. She's not making her side look good.
That's probably the problem. It's all written. So hating me is not gonna fucking be
They wanted to get rid of unions. And so I looked at 2025 and I read that section because 2025
There's a lot more.
There's a lot more, but it's divided into each department of the government.
Yeah.
And so I read the one for the Department of Labor because I thought, well, that would cover unions.
Right.
It did not say that at all. It said that they wanted states to have the right to say, you know, you can't be mandated to give your dues to a union. That's all that it did.
I don't know why you're talking to me about unions. I'm sorry. No disrespect, but I don't know.
Because
It's not really the issue
because you brought
at
up
hand.
Because you brought up Project
There's a lot more. There's
Obama
go back and read. It's a lot. It's a big read.
It is a big
Okay.
but that made me think.
Obama
that,
was a
again,
bigger
the
dictator
media
than Trump was.
is telling you a
Obama
different
said it.
story than what's actually the case.
Why are we not
Did you actually
She's
read
too stupid, she
2025
can't
or did you
understand
hear
you.
about it?
Lady, I'm telling you, I did. I don't know why you want to talk about
Hey,
the labor
you want
laws
socialism,
right
then
now.
you
That's
want
not really
dictator. Stop with your
relevant
lies.
to why I'm here. Okay, I think I did maybe come here because I think it's fucking hilarious that these guys are so frothing at their mouths to, like, you know, call me fat and call me names. Like, I don't fucking care. I live here
I
too.
called you a cunt.
Yeah, cool.
That doesn't help.
Cool, dude.
I don't care.
You're a big man.
It doesn't matter.
I'm making
It's,
more
hey,
impression on
I'm the First Amendment just like her.
Yeah, yeah.
3, I served my country, did you? No. I can say what I want.
See, this is not
Cool.
helping.
Cool.
This is not helping.
I don't give a shit.
doesn't
I'm not
matter.
a fucking liberal. I don't register.
She doesn't want confrontation. She can scurry to the other side. I don't give a shit. Okay, Karen, I'm not doing it.
This side serves God.
What?
We serve God over here.
Yeah, I'm not playing this game anymore.
Yeah, we serve God.
How can you say you're a registered Republican,
I'm a registered Republican.
but then you don't support
Why you
registered
baby?
Republicans?
I'm not a fucking.
So you're not a
Democrat
Republican.
either.
You're not.
Woo!
You're not.
Like,
What are you
like,
Why are you
guys
acting? Lady,
understand that?
just talk.
Do I
What are
want
you standing
trans?
for? Why?
Well, there's 20 of you talking to me at the same fucking
I'm
time.
asking you.
So,
I'm talking
well,
to
look, there's a whole crowd of
you. Okay, I'm talking to you.
douchebaggerinas. especially
Okay, I
back
didn't
in
call you a
Boston.
douchebag. Why are you calling me a douchebag?
Huh?
I didn't call you.
I didn't call you. I'm saying
You
those
just
guys.
said douchebag.
I don't know if you're a douchebag.
I'm just asking. You can't say you're.
That guy came at me, bro. He came at me and tried to rip my fucking side out of my hands. What is the question?
What are you standing for?
I'm my First Amendment right. This is bullshit. It's the whole thing.
We're
It's not just
talking to you.
one
Slow down.
fucking.
Calm
It's
down.
not. I'm pissed off.
I know.
I'm so mad.
There's no reason to be.
I'm fucking angry.
I know. There's
Okay,
no
what-
reason.
And then that you guys.
Why-
Whoa, am I on TV?
What, you are.
video?
You are. Why are you?
I mean, I'm not a really good representative.
you're doing
pissed.
great. Why?
I'm pissed.
I know. Why?
Oh God, that guy needs to die
focus.
eventually.
Hold on.
Senile.
What are you upset about what that guy did? Are you upset about what that guy did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he fucking accosted
He shouldn't
me.
have done that.
I thought you guys had a talk with everybody. Like, you can't accost people.
I'm not.
This is my First
I'm not.
Amendment right.
I'm not on either side.
Okay, I am somewhere in
Neither
the
are
fucking
we.
middle,
We're just
and I hate the motherfuckers that are super right, and I don't really like
You're
the left.
coming off as super
hardcore.
left, dude. You're
She's-
like,
You think? I'm just pissed.
No, I'm just
She's
saying
upset right
you're
now.
right.
A man just kind of went up to her and.
I'm pissed off, and I'm here, and I don't give a fuck.
So,
I'm my open carry gun.
Yeah.
what do you?
I'm just-
Can I ask you a question?
What?
What are you upset about?
I'm upset about everything. Oh, firstly,
Like meaning what?
women's rights. You know,
All right,
that.
Hold on. Let her finish talking.
Are you included?
Hold on. Okay. Finish.
You have no idea.
Okay. Finish what you're saying. Finish what you're saying.
It's being slowly chipped away,
Yeah.
right by right. It's our
Let her finish. Let her
fucking right to have autonomy over our bodies.
Okay.
You know, so that's
So you-
the first thing on my list. I have a daughter,
Yeah.
and
You sign it?
I feel like that it's slowly happening and nobody's paying attention.
Okay.
And they're mad about their stupid shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, what else are you upset about?
I really love this camera.
But it's good dialogue to hear what you're saying. Honestly.
I mean, what else do you want to know?
Because you said a lot. You're upset.
I'm pissed.
Yeah. So what? So
brave for coming up.
I am very brave. I would be like really good back in the day, like a fucking warrior woman. Basically, I think I need to start some MMA so I can.
Because they should all be
So-
over here.
So
I can pretend these little dick motherfuckers are the ones I'm fucking taking
let me
down.
so let me
This guy that called me a cunt.
so let,
Yep.
hey, excuse me. So
Okay, sorry.
okay.
I just it's
So
fun.
what are you upset about, like that side? Because you said you also don't agree over there either.
Because what I knew was going to happen is that you motherfuckers going to carry your guns and protect Idaho. And this is a fucking peaceful ass protest. Why can't you not? We've been doing it.
I agree.
all year.
I agree.
It's been peaceful as
I
fuck.
agree.
And I'm not going to be intimidated by your stupid gun.
Okay, but hold on,
Shoot
real quick.
me.
No, real quick. Hold on.
You know what I mean?
What are you
I'm
upset
sorry.
about?
But
Over there.
This is the example.
I know, but over there, what are you upset about over on that side?
Exactly, but it's not supposed to be used for
But-
intimidation.
right, but-
to
What
it's really not.
are you upset about over there as well?
I'm not upset about them over there. I'm actually upset that these guys with the guns, the
Well,
dogs,
you said both.
you know, I just don't.
said both sides.
I'm not 100% either side. Definitely not this side, but somewhere in the middle. You know.
So what don't
it's
you
not
like?
a black and white issue.
Right. What don't you like about
Literally.
what don't you like about the Democrats?
That they're too peaceful. No, just kidding. You got me on camera saying that, but like. There's a lot of things, but I mean, do I need to go into everything?
Well, give me one, because you gave one about the right.
Because I'm not. What did this dude say? You're liberal and you're fat shaming. I don't give a shit about that stupid petty shit. Do I give a shit? It's low hanging fruit issues that fucking idiots hold on to. Like maybe 5 people in the world are trying to do, you know, trans Olympics or Olympics being trans. Like it's not important. It's like a distraction from what's happening.
Do you think that should be in the Olympics, like that type of stuff?
No.
No. Okay. Okay.
I don't think
There you go.
it's
So
an issue. I don't. It doesn't fucking matter. Should I protect everybody? No, that's not my job. I'm not trying to be a warrior for everybody. You know.
Right. But do you agree with it in the Olympics, like the trans type of stuff in the Olympics? Do you agree with it?
No, if you're born a certain gender, it's stupid.
Your,
like, who
your
cares?
gender. Okay.
It's dumb. I'm not.
Right.
You know, I feel like there are physical differences that you know that are.
One of the best phrases I heard was from a woman. She said, "Bodies compete against bodies. Identities don't compete against identities."
Just trying to get a fair balance of what she didn't like with the Democrat side, you know, because it sounded like she was going off about the Republicans. So I was trying to see where her balance was, where her focus was trying to bring her in. She was upset about the guy who went up to her. Obviously, he had his gun, and so she was upset about that, which makes sense. It makes sense. So.
Thank you for being here, bro.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? All right. How are you? Good to see you.
Yeah. Over here pissing off commies, you know.
Yeah. That's what seems like what's going on. Yeah.
I'm gonna let her know I'm her king.
Why?
I'm the king of Idaho. Not the king of the universe. But
Why do you think everybody thought that like BAM and Black Bloc was coming out? Why do you think that people thought that?
Oh, there's always a rumor that somebody's coming out. Little tiny dictators. So like, you know, what was it, 2020 when we all showed up armed, you know what I mean?
Right.
There was Antifa on the way back then, you know what I mean? And there were even some intermingled within the protesters.
Mm-hmm.
They just decided to be peaceful because they saw how many people were around, you know what I mean? You know, and honestly, a strong force of, you know, a strong opposing force is a detour for violence, right? It is.
Right.
You know, if you have enough people that are there, you know, and ready to stand up, right? Because I believe in peaceful protest. It's a constitutional right on anybody's side.
So let me, in regards to that, and I agree with you 100%. What this lady over here is doing is peaceful.
What's that?
What this lady over here is doing is peaceful. The one that with the sign, the dictator, she was down there. You saw her walking.
Oh yeah, over there. She's over there.
She's over there. But it's peaceful, and we're, you know, we're surrounding her.
Nobody's attacking her though.
No, but they're not. But I know people have been over there walking like, and no one's going up into their faces.
Well, people were in their faces over there.
Who?
Oh yeah, we had a guy over there who was walking, and people were starting to follow him around and surrounding him.
Oh, where's he at?
Started back
'Cause I was following him. I was with him too. I was following him.
Well, they're liberals, but she's not being attacked, and I wouldn't allow her to be attacked.
Okay.
That would be wrong.
Yeah.
That would be totally. You know what I mean? If she's not attacking anybody, then she doesn't get it.
Right.
It's just the way it is. I
That-
believe
that's-
in self-defense.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it should be.
But you know, some of these people are not even from.
What?
Some of these people aren't even from Idaho. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Some of them are from. But there is a rumor that there are going to be things. The biggest thing of this is letting them know
Yeah.
that
It's not going to happen.
you're not going to do what you did in LA or Portland or Seattle and all these other places.
But why do you think it would happen here? Do you think it would even happen here?
It could. This is a possibility. I think it would be dumb to do it here.
Yeah.
That would be the stupidest thing they could ever do.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that old car that came by?
No, I just.
Oh, shame on you. I was driving.
No. I love old cars.
Oh,
Well, you know.
I don't think it'd happen here. I don't think Black Bloc is going to leave Seattle, Portland, or California to come up to Idaho.
Well, so they were on their way here in 2020, and they got turned around when they saw that there was enough armed people here, opposition, that they were like, no. The ones that wanted to peacefully protest stayed. The ones that weren't going to peacefully protest left. Or didn't come. They decided to turn around.
Okay.
And we had people that actually got on their comms and heard what they were saying. They were turning around on the highways.
Okay.
Heading down. And so it's a possibility. If they think they can get away with it, they will.
Right.
Do
you think that side across the street would even allow them to get away with it?
What's that? Them?
Yeah. Do you think they would even allow that?
Yeah.
Really? Do you do?
Oh, yeah. They do it everywhere else where they're allowed to.
Yeah, I think for me, from my experience, this is way different than the things that we see on TV.
You know, you were over in Portland during the riots, I'm sure.
And Seattle.
And Seattle. I was over there
California.
working.
And California.
I was over there working all those places during those times.
Right.
All right? That's the first time I knocked an Antifa guy out.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was a douchebag and tried to come at me.
Okay.
So I was over there working. I built some of those high rises, all that stuff, right? And when they're allowed to act that way, they do act that way.
Right, which I'm saying I don't think that it'd be allowed here.
No, because we're here. We're not going to allow it.
Well,
the police are here too, and that's great. And we are not to interfere in their job. We don't want to interfere in their job, right?
Yeah.
If they got overran like they did in LA, we are here.
I don't even think that side would allow it.
I think they would.
Really? Have you gone over there and talked to them?
I've talked to some over the years. Here and there.
And you think that they'd go for the anarchy?
There are some that aren't interested in it, and then there are some that are. Here's one thing, though. There are people that are weak unless they're in a group.
Of course.
And once they get into a bigger mob group, right, then they get more aggressive and violent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the Marines were down in LA at the beginning of this thing, you think most people would have rioted? Or do you think they would have said, nah, we're dealing with Marines now, we better just chill the hell out?
I don't think those people care. When you're at that level, you don't care who it is.
They obviously do care because the Marines are there and they're starting to chill out now.
We'll see what happens today.
We'll see. Maybe some of them will get shot and then they'll disperse. You know what I mean? The point is, though, is, and I
agree with the number thing. It helps someone feel more confident, more bucked up. Yeah.
It's kind of like people who drink too much and they think that they.
All right. Yeah.
But
I agree with that.
But we're here. We're allowed to be here.
Of course.
They're allowed to be there. We don't care what Dan Wilson thinks, by the way, about that. It's just, I know you're recording. I know he's watching this.
Yeah, I'm live streaming it. Yeah. I don't know if he's watching. He hasn't commented.
Yeah. But we don't care what you think, Dan. We're allowed to be here and we can dress however we want, despite your little podcast. But we are here peacefully. Just like now they're peaceful. If they stay peaceful, we stay peaceful, right?
I mean, that's how it should be. I mean, that's what a counter-protest. I mean, that's what protesting should be. It should be peaceful. And that's what I'm saying, because I've been out here the past 2 ones, because I wanted to see if it was different than Portland, how they acted even toward me.
Yeah.
And it's a night and day difference, and that's why I'm like, they're not even a threat.
Well,
they're not a threat.
They used to be pretty threatening. They used to attack a lot of people.
Bro, this is 2,000 people out here, man.
There's a lot of innocent
Who did? These people here?
No, in Portland.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. It's a night and day difference.
Yeah.
It's night and day.
The demographic is different, though, too, because Idaho's not a libtard state.
Well, it's if you want to say libtard, they're showing the Republicans out right now.
I don't care about that. It takes 20 of us to one of them. There's that.
Meaning what?
Meaning it's going to take a lot more of them to take less of us. If it comes down to it.
Okay.
Most of us are a lot more trained than they are. Which is another thing that Dan was wrong about. So, but anyways, I hope for a peaceful protest. You pray for peace.
It's going to be peaceful. I mean, I said that myself. I mean,
right now it is peaceful.
Nothing's going to happen. I mean, nothing's going to happen.
I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, it will. Black bloc is not coming here. They're not coming here.
I hope
those people over there aren't going to do nothing.
I hope they don't. Because they're idiots in Spokane.
But even the people in Spokane wasn't black bloc the other day.
No, but I'm just saying people acted like idiots over there in Spokane the other day.
What'd they do?
You know what I mean? So the police had to get involved.
What'd they do?
They started tearing up stuff.
They weren't tearing up nothing?
Oh yeah, they were. I have a friend that lives downtown. He was there, man.
Okay.
But anyways, Quincy, good to see you.
Yes, you too, Todd. Appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Good talk, man. Good talk.
Have a good day.
You too. Good talk. Good talk. Yeah. I'm actually surprised that more people didn't come out. That lady's still here. People are still talking to her. What's up, man?
That was a good conversation. I apologize.
No. You're fine, man. You're fine, bro. There's a way to deal with it.
Yeah, and I don't have the tact knowledge.
It does take time.
It does.
You have to word it. It's all right. Most people don't if they're not used to it. You really have to get used to it. How to control yourself. You let them do it. You don't get here's what they say.
That was my problem.
Everyone
What's your station?
the BC Preacher. The BC Preachers. Yeah.
Is it on Facebook?
Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Getter, Instagram.
I was wondering if you were going to say Getter.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm live right now. Yeah.
Listen, we're happy to talk and possibly come to an agreement.
What does BC stand for?
The Black Conservative.
Right on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's what my original channels were before they took them all down in 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they took them all down in 20 when I was out at all the riots and everything.
But this is ticking me off. The reason it ticks me off is because people are giving her attention.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know, it's great content.
Yeah. But it's stupid. It defeats.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then it makes. It does make our side look like they say.
Exactly.
Like, just let her walk, because everybody's approaching her.
She's not approaching.
Yeah, she's not approaching her. Yeah. Everybody's approaching her. Let her walk.
Yeah, let her walk.
We've been over there walking.
Exactly.
Like, we've been over there, and no one. Someone tried to tell me over here, like, oh yeah, they were surrounding our people. I'm like, no, they weren't, because I was following the guy. Like, they weren't surrounding him. They turned their backs on him. Like, and that's what they do. That's one of their tactics that they do. They turn their backs, okay, but they weren't approaching him.
And this is the aggressive people, and this is exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just assholes.
Yep. And right now it's fortunate enough that no one can actually from that side really see what's happening. Because people would come over here to defend her, just like we would if it was.
Exactly. And it's just sad.
Let her yell, let her say, who cares?
As long as it's peaceful.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, see?
Hey, let her go. Just let her go. All she wants is attention. Just let her go. Leave her alone. That's all she wants is attention, and you're giving it to her. You're giving her exactly what she wants.
I at least tried.
The problem is everybody's paying their attention, and when our guys are over there, they're not doing anything.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they're not assaulting us. We're just walking back and forth. They're not doing anything. So why are we doing it to her? We are proving their fact that we're bullies when we're not.
I just never been able to stand up and do something.
And now you are.
And I wanted to stand in front of her and do something.
And you did it good.
Thank you.
Sincerely, you did. Let her do her thing and just leave her alone. She's not hurting anybody. She's just showing her own ignorance, so that's fine.
Her right, right? That's her.
Exactly. And that's why we're here. These are our rights.
Yeah.
You're going to get stupid with it, get stupid, but then we'll finish it. We don't want to. We want peace. We don't want any issues.
You're the one that was talking to her about the murders in Minnesota this morning. Because
I didn't waste my breath on it.
Did you hear about the murders?
Yeah.
Democratic senators, 2 killed, a husband and wife, Democratic, murdered in their home. Then they went to the next house and killed them and shot at another Democratic senator and her spouse, and they're in the hospital. And guess what? They caught them, and they have a No Kings flag in their car.
Yeah, they want
murderers.
My issue is that I believe they are going to start the war.
Oh yeah.
All these journalists over here. What's up?
You call me a journalist? That's a dirty word.
I know, huh?
Social documentary. I don't know what I am. And don't take pictures of me next to these guys.
Wait,
no.
Uh-oh. We're nice.
Well, it's fun because we're nice, but we can all fucking agree and disagree. There was a picture. I think it was an NSC meeting. I'm standing next to you, and I'm like, and somebody's like, "Are you a Nazi?" I'm like, no, God damn it!
And you've been doing this every day since.
It's terrible, dude. Okay, guys, the crazy Dixie services dude. What is up with him?
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He sprayed me with water last time.
Nice. Yeah, see,
Were you in his way?
No, I think he was
Great judgment.
So I was framing 2 signs. It was kind of cool. There was some art going on, and then all of a sudden I feel water and I see him with the water, and I'm like, what the hell, dude?
That sucks.
Yeah,
that's mean.
I thought it was not. I was like, is he crazy or what's his deal? So I'm waiting to run into him and ask him, and be like, what was that about, man? Because you know me, I can disagree. I'm sure there are people I disagree with over there. I'm sure there's people I disagree with over here.
Oh, there's a lot of people over here I disagree with.
Yeah? what's your point of disagreement? I want to hear it, man.
Me? Oh, it's Israel stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, and it's just like, you know.
What do you mean, Israel?
But, you know, that plus like the whole like, why we're out here protesting kings, and then they're protesting a king, which we don't have. So then is this side protesting for a king? And then while all this is happening, like Palantir is literally fucking spying on everybody and taking over. That seems to me like a problem. But nobody
is focused. No one's focused.
No one's focused. Yeah, no.
No one's focused.
Keep your eyes on the ball. But you know, whatever. And then everybody gets all emotional, and they're all.
I mean, who cares what's happening? Who cares what's happeing over in the Middle East right now? Who cares?
Well, yeah. My stock portfolio.
Yeah, I know.
I care.
Yeah.
You have a stock portfolio?
Hell yeah,
Damn. Yeah.
You don't?
Not much, man.
Well, at the rate that the dollar is inflating, you have to beat 7%.
Actually, as much as I joke, I'd be in the Palantir. Like this.
Well, I mean,
you can't beat him, join him.
You're making pretty good.
So did you go down to Vegas a couple weeks ago for the
Bitcoin conference?
Oh, you went to Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Okay, I went to XRP.
To what?
XRP. I went to XRP.
Oh, no!
I did.
I'll see you all around.
I went to.
Fight about something later.
Nice to see you, man.
I went to XRP, man. I can't afford Bitcoin.
Yes, you can.
Not really. I mean, you can start. You can start.
Let me prove it to you.
You can
Let me
start.
prove it to you, okay?
I could do like $1 and see what happens. I mean, here we go. What?
We're gonna buy $10
Okay.
worth of Bitcoin.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Boom.
What? 80 cents?
No.
What?
$9.90. You know, $10 straight. Boom.
Okay.
I just bought $10 worth of Bitcoin.
Just like you would XRP.
Okay.
Bitcoin's more for infrastructure, though. Anyway.
No, it's not. Bitcoin is the future of money. It is.
How much time does your audience have?
Let me explain to you why Bitcoin is the most important thing for you to start understanding. It's because it is hard money. It has a lower inflation rate than gold. It is more scarce than gold. If gold went to $20,000 an ounce, we would be sending people up in spaceships to go mine asteroids. Right? We can find more gold. You cannot find more Bitcoin. It is the immaculate conception of hard money.
How much do you have?
That is none of
it is my
business.
My business.
Your live stream.
It's because you can't hardly get nothing with $10 with Bitcoin.
Yeah, you get about 960 cents right now.
I know.
Or is it how much was that? 9,000 sats maybe?
With $10 you get.
It's about
it's going to $1 million eventually.
It's going to $1 million.
And XRP is going to go.
No, it's not.
I guarantee it
no,
is. What's
not.
up?
Question: Do you have footage of that guy?
The guy touching you?
I have live stream there, so there is footage. Yeah.
Okay. Where is it? Where'd you guys put it?
It's on my live stream right now.
What's your name?
The BC Preacher.
British Columbia.
What?
BC.
The BC.
Okay.
Black conservative.
That is a conundrum.
Yeah,
okay.
I know. The BC.
So do you live here?
I do.
Okay. So that's like
just fine. Just go YouTube.
Instagram,
you'll see it. Go YouTube.
YouTube.
Just go YouTube.
Okay.
You'll see it.
But did you get that guy trying to rip this sign out of my hand?
Just now?
No, when I first
earlier.
got here.
Yes.
Okay.
Just go to the BC Preacher on YouTube.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Be safe, okay? All right.
Stupid. But yeah, no. I mean, I think that.
How long have you been doing Bitcoin?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been fucking around with it since like 2013.
Yeah, so you're invested.
She come up and talk to you?
Yeah.
She comes up, me and my grandma, with her camera on, starts calling me names. This is the guy who assaulted me.
Oh, she thought it was you, huh? I don't see where he's at. Actually, I don't see where he's even at.
No, it's the guy in the red shirt.
Yeah, he had a red shirt.
I do have that.
Yeah.
I got that. Let me see. I think right here.
Yeah,
And that's like a 40-year difference.
Yeah.
How the hell could she?
Clear as day.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
Wow carrying. That's a big one, bro.
Yeah, that's so stupid. He shouldn't have done that.
Wow, he's carrying.
He shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why people are so emotional.
Do you know who it is?
I don't know who that guy is though. But tell your boy to stop calling me a fed, dude. It's really gay. Wilson.
He's calling you a Fed?
Yeah, he calls me an FBI agent like every week.
Oh, are you?
No.
I just had to say.
In the past 2 months, I've been accused of being an FBI agent, CIA agent, an asset for Iran, an asset for Russia.
You are racist.
No, I'm not.
Against the Jews. I'm just.
No, I'm not. They're a religion. It's a religion.
I know it's a religion. I know.
I'm a bigot.
I know.
I'm
sorry.
a bigot,
Sorry.
not a
I used the
racist.
wrong word. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
It's okay.
That was sorry.
But
no, I'm on the same page. Probably not.
Well,
all the way.
As long as you're against killing little kids.
But I'm on the same page.
Whether it's in the womb.
I don't think it's the real Jews over there. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
There, you know, I think we own that, and we're in charge. And there's
It's fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Be killing kids.
It is. There's a lot at stake that most people are blind to in regards
military
to
industrial contracts.
all that.
You know.
Especially the quote unquote Christian.
Yeah,
American Western.
Did you see the video I released of Paul?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah, check this out. Check this out. It's pretty good. This will tickle your fancy.
Will it tickle my fancy? All right.
Okay, hold on. It's a minute.
I saw with my eyes what is actually going on over there, not what we're reading about or hearing about in the media.
Right.
And I think, and this for the record, I know that we may disagree here, and Dave, please, you and I can disagree about a lot of things agreeably, I think. When I see what Israel is doing, I think think they have every reason to do it. And I would do more. If it were me, I would do more. Because I would be telling them, give us back our hostages or you're dead. And they keep saying, you're attacking our babies. Then give us back our hostages and we'll stop.
Isn't that the most fucked up thing you've ever heard?
Wow.
We are going to murder your children. We're going to murder your babies until we get what we want.
That sounds like somebody else in the Bible, wasn't it? That wanted to kill all the firstborn babies?
Yeah, King Herod. Yeah.
King Herod wanted to kill all the firstborns.
Does remind me of that.
Wow.
Yeah. And so
interesting.
It's just
that's a pastor.
That is a pastor.
Had a pretty big church here.
The biggest church. It's
the biggest.
Yeah.
And
it's like, I thought Jesus told us to love our enemies and to turn the other cheek and to bless those that curse you. And he is getting up and preaching, kill your enemies' children, murder them.
Okay, so how would you, what you're saying is true, but how would you reconcile that with the Old Testament where Jesus was actually telling people to drive them out from your land?
There's a new law, man. It's different times. There's a new law. A new covenant.
A new covenant, but we know that the Lord is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Yeah, and in the past he did. When he said to wipe out the Amalekites, right?
He said wipe them out, bro.
Wipe them out. Don't even let their sheep live. Right?
Exactly.
But that is not the new covenant. That is not what we're called. We're not called to go out and murder people. We're called to love.
I agree. We're not called to go out and murder people. Right.
I'm just saying, like, when you take the Old Testament and then you give it precedence over the New Testament, and you start applying the old laws when the new law is in effect, you lost the plot.
But when you say new law, because Jesus himself obviously was a perfect example.
Yeah.
But he didn't come to do away with the old law.
He fulfilled it.
He fulfilled it.
He perfected it.
He perfected it.
Yeah.
So he wasn't condemning it. So
no.
Right. So he didn't.
It.
Right. He fulfilled it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to say he didn't do away with it. Like it didn't, like, okay, so since Jesus here, new covenant, it don't necessarily mean that it was gone because he didn't do away with it.
Yeah, but like Christians don't have a mandate to go out and like.
And I agree. Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, 100%. Yes, they don't. They don't.
So today, what I'm saying is the Israelis are calling the Palestinians and Christians Amalek.
Yes.
And they are applying that Old Testament law to wipe everyone out, to genocide them, to kill all of them. And that's wrong. Judaism is a false religion.
It is, 100%.
They missed their Messiah. They need to accept.
They didn't. They missed him.
They didn't.
I thought he's coming back for.
They killed him.
Wait, I thought he's coming back. That's what they're waiting for.
Well,
aren't they waiting for their Messiah to show up?
They're waiting for him to show up the first time.
Oh, that's right.
The first time, right? We're waiting for him to come back and judge everyone.
Yes.
Right? They are going to be very
sad. They're going to be heartbroken. They're going to be heartbroken. They're going to be heartbroken.
Yes, they are.
They're going to be weeping and gnashing, right?
And that's what it says. That's what the good book says. But yeah, no, I mean that's the main. I don't know. I just don't understand how you can call yourself a Christian and say you're against abortion, you're pro-life, and then you turn around and say, if I were over there, I'd say, give us our hostages back or you're all dead. Like, that ain't pro-life. That ain't Christian.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things with all that, man. A lot. Yeah. And and that's why I said I know where you're coming from in regards to to that topic, because I'm the same place. I look at all this stuff and like, you guys aren't Jews. Look at you guys. Then you look at the Palestinians, you look at the Arabs, you look at every surrounding region that encompasses this little land of Israel, and you're like, well, most of the people have pretty dark skin, but the Jews, they're all.
You look kind of German. What's your last name again?
Exactly. Yeah, it don't make sense. So on the coastline, they're all, light skinned.
Right.
But going around them, they're all pretty darker.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called colonialism.
Yes.
Look it up. But,
yeah. Yeah, so it is completely the Judaism and the whole Jew it's a religion that people don't. They're not the true Israelis.
No, and the whole racial aspect of it is it's a heresy. It's a heresy within their own system.
Yeah.
Because like if you talk to Orthodox Jews, you can convert. You can convert to Judaism.
Right.
But when you talk to Zionist Jews, your mother has to be.
It's like bloodline type of stuff.
It's racial.
Yeah.
And that was condemned in the 10th century by the rabbis.
Yeah.
And there's also a difference because if you look at like the genealogies in like at the beginning of the New Testament, right?
Right.
It says, David beget so and so beget, and it's all the fathers. It's patrilineal.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden we have this matrilineal. Who was your mother? Who was your mother? Right. And so if that doesn't show you that whatever Judaism was, it ain't what they're saying it is
right
today.
now today.
It's the inverse opposite.
But don't Muslims do that too? Don't they take the mother type of position as well?
I don't know.
I've heard some do. Well, I heard some do that they say that the children DNA and all that comes from the mother type.
They might. I don't know. Islamism is
a whole different
religion.
Yeah.
It's not a racial thing. Either, but whatever.
Well, how long are you guys staying down here?
I don't know. Until I get
You're gonna go down. Yeah. Nothing's gonna happen. Why was the big threat put out here? That's what I've been trying to figure out. Why?
Well, I mean, there was a riot or whatever over in Spokane a couple days ago.
No, there wasn't.
Well, they tear gassed.
No, there wasn't.
They tear.
It was the same type of people as across the street.
Well, yeah.
They ain't doing nothing.
Well, but they were blocking a. They were blocking.
Oh yeah, the van or intersection. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. This whole thing, man. It's just people getting emotional.
That's
like
what it is.
Flicking each other off, and
that's all it is.
Not healthy.
That's all it is, and then thinking that Black Bloc and BAM are going to show up here to destroy a town,
No, and even if they did show up, this is what I've been saying to people. It's like, if Black Bloc shows up in Coeur d'Alene, let them have at it. Go burn down the Hagedon Corporation.
Right.
Be my guest.
And I guarantee you,
you're going to go stand up for these liberal corporations in downtown Coeur d'Alene. Get out of here.
And the thing about it, I guarantee those people over there would not even be for it. Most of them people would leave if Black Bloc showed up.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell some of these guys. Oh, we're here just in case.
Black Bloc
ain't showing up here.
Nope.
Well, I'm going to leave Portland and Seattle to come to Coeur d'Alene. No.
No, and I was just in Portland. I didn't even see any Antifa. I mean, I've tried finding. They're gone.
Yeah, it's not like how it used to be.
No,
it's not like how it used to be.
They are running scared. Like the actual Antifa, they are way underground.
Yes.
These are run-of-the-mill liberals.
Right.
They're all emboldened.
But I mean, they're peaceful though. They're not going to.
No.
They're doing what they have the right to do. They're not starting stuff. I mean, let them protest, right? Disagree with them or not, let them do their thing.
Yeah.
This is more emotional than anything.
Yeah, I know.
This side.
It's
I don't get
dumb. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway.
Well, be safe out here. I don't want you to get beat up, okay?
That'll be good. That'll be good. Good to see you, man.
All right, bro. Good stuff. Are they still messing with this lady? All right. Good conversations. They're still messing with her.
Am I a lesbian? No? Okay. I thought I was a traitor.
I just think you had autism.
Funny.
We'll go back to the other side in a minute.
One more question. What do you feel about? I mean, you're all.
I don't think that secure men. I don't think that secure men.
That's all. But I mean, you're supposed to have put in your house if somebody's trying to break in your house, right?
Yeah, but I mean, shouldn't every
man,
woman, child,
you know,
animal
the
have
Second
like a
Amendment
whole?
is the most feminist thing there is. Like, you don't need a man with the Second Amendment, right? There it is. You can defend your own personal property. You know? You guys didn't even get a credit cards until the 70s, and now you got it. Okay, so now with the Second Amendment, sisters are doing it for themselves.
Okay, I still need.
I mean, you've got
company. Okay.
You still need way to come. Well, I mean, you still like that, right? Or are you not that way?
Well, what are you recording?
What's up?
Are you a reporter?
I report. Yeah.
I just, I've always wanted to talk to the left. And usually you've got enough people who are willing to actually kind of have a conversation. And it seems.
I've been in this country 25 years.
Young lady, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have?
Probably is people don't understand what's it like in North Korea. North Korea is a far worse communist. In North Korea, you are not allowed to eat like chocolate candy, no donuts, no nothing. The government set your daily schedule what to eat every day.
Right.
And these socialists up there, they don't know what's it like in North Korea. I ought to challenge them, spend a day in North Korea. And you want to call Trump a dictator? You better look at the dictionary and try living in North Korea what's it like.
Yep.
There's that. Like I met you a few times. We're done to hate about you.
You can go there and tell all those. You can tell them all.
If I ever get in the way of your shot or something.
About your lips.
You can let them know I'm patting the over here. But I'm not going to allow somebody to talk. That's why.
And I said,
Are you flying out today?
Get back to the other side.
What's that bit?
See what's going on back over here. See, now people walked over there with the "Don't tread on me," so people are going back and forth. I did, yep. Starting to get a little warm out here, you guys. Does anybody else have any information or updates about other protests going on across the nation? How's it looking in other cities? I know there's no nightfall yet, but how are the daytime protests looking? Yeah, for the most part, I don't side with the left either. There's nothing, but there are, I hate to say that because there are some things that I can agree with or at least reason with. But some of their, I guess, obviously abortion, LGBTQ, I don't side with that type of stuff. Regarding the other things, I'm like, it's here or there. So that's the crowd for the Patriots or Republican side. Thank you. A lot more people over here. A lot more people.
Aren't you supposed to be a preacher?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Reporting.
Are you?
I am.
Reporting fairly, accurately?
Of course.
In truth within yourself?
In truth.
In truth.
Yep. All about Jesus.
Okay.
All about Jesus.
I've seen some of your videos. I don't know.
Yeah, all about Jesus.
I feel like you kind of equate Trump to Jesus.
Maybe used to. Maybe used to.
Yeah, well, I see you cheering people with a flag of Trump and Jesus on it. Sounds like a cult to me.
Which one? With Trump and Jesus?
These guys over here, I see you I know you attend all their events. I support Dan Wilson as well.
Yeah.
And I see the Trump and Jesus flags. It's really fun for me to hear.
I do too, honestly.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I do too.
It's very sad to see from somebody who's supposed
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I don't think Trump's gonna, but I don't think any president is going to save the country.
Obviously.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't think any president is. I personally, in my opinion, don't think America is redeemable at this point. But that's me. So I don't to put my trust and hope and faith into a
I'm
president.
actually a lifelong Republican.
Are you? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trump ruined it.
Trump ruined it.
I'm born and raised here.
So you didn't vote for Trump at all? Anytime?
I voted for him in 2016.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I did it all 4 times. This last time, I walked out convicted. I'm like, 'cause I wasn't going to vote at all this past election, and I did. I'm like, but
Did you say all 4 times?
3. So, yeah.
Well, I was out long before January 6th, but I had hoped that would have been the final nail in the coffin. There is a large amount of never Trump Republicans, though. So.
Now it's growing more. Yeah. It's growing a lot. So.
We all just love our country.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to get better, but yeah.
As long as you're not calling him Jesus, because I believe in Jesus. That really pissed me off.
The Trump and Jesus, like Trump is my president,
gross.
Jesus is my. That is. Are you talking about that flag or what?
Huh?
You talking about the flag that says Trump is my president, Jesus is my.
Yeah, like the straight up Christian nationalism is really nasty. It's such a perversion. I'm Jewish. I've lived in Israel several times. I know many Holocaust survivors. Like, you have to draw a line somewhere. I just feel like it's already here.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a sign that says "Never again."
Of what? Like never again? What?
Never again. That's what we say in Israel about the Holocaust.
Oh, okay.
It's happening here.
And to what degree or what like level? What do you mean?
The quick takeover of fascist policies in a democratic country.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it happens. Hitler did it in 54 days, I think. Trump's not quite as fast, but
I think it's
Hungary, it's taken 10
I think
years.
it's. I think it's.
So I don't think it's about the speed. It's about the
Well,
policy.
right, and see that's what I think because I think both sides are involved in it, the Democrats and Republicans. I think it's blurred lines right now.
Get on board with that.
I think it's both, and that's what kind of woke me up when I started seeing some things with Trump. I'm like, it's the same bird.
I feel like Dan Wilson, who I see on his stuff a lot, is about as close. I'm sure I've talked to him several times.
Right.
And I don't think he's like a fascist MAGA person.
Right.
And I think that's like about the best hope we can get for a local candidate here.
It is.
Yeah.
But he didn't make it this past round, so
I know.
We'll see if
I had his sign out.
Yeah. Yeah. We were trying, but it didn't happen. Everybody's sold into their parties.
I know.
So,
it's so disappointing to me to see also the Israeli flag with the
American flag.
Because I did pro-Israel activism for so long. That's what brought me to live there. And I hate, like, when the right steals ideological beliefs and try and, like, makes it their own. Like, only they can have the American flag. Like, they're stealing Israel as if the left can't also support Israel. Like, you can't be...
Do you think the left has shown any support, though, for Israel? As far as from what media has shown?
Flippin' ridiculous, the free pal. I used to have a shirt in my college group. I made shirts that said "Free Gaza from Hamas."
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's been a thing for a long time. It's ridiculous. Like, actually, no, it's not a genocide. You're just losing a war that you started.
Right.
That's how I feel. But I hate that they're, like, stealing it.
Right.
I'm like, I am not freaking MAGA, and I am pro-Israel, and there's a lot of pro-Israel Democrats.
Is there really? Because you don't see it. You know, that's what I'm saying. You see the Palestine type of stuff.
The pro-Israel movement on college campuses is alive and well.
On a Democratic platform?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And when I was a Republican, I mean, it's both sides. Israel should be a nonpartisan issue, and so should this.
But we own Israel.
So should this.
We own Israel, though.
No.
You don't think so?
No. I think their intelligence capabilities, their military capabilities, their eyes on the ground that we could never have are invaluable, and we owe them those weapons.
Fair enough.
Look what they just pulled off.
I know.
Who else could have done that?
I know, and it's still going.
Bunch of Joshua's. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
It's going to be interesting what happens with what just started.
I have been there through so many bombings. Nobody's ever really afraid. You just kind of still sit out there and eat your lunch. Watch the Iron Dome shoot them out of the sky.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that?
I have no worries.
It's like watching the stars fall from the sky type of thing. Really? It's just another day in paradise.
There. And God is with them. I have seen literally a rocket coming in from Hamas and it just blow up right before it exploded and fall into the ocean.
Really?
Israel is the apple of God's eye.
Well, I believe that. I believe that.
You better believe that. That's from the Bible.
Yeah.
You're preaching.
Yeah, I believe that. I just don't know because I know.
My point in saying all that is just to say I hate that they're stealing it, just like they're stealing American flag. I believe that they are fascist.
I get it.
I believe authoritarianism is here, and all the same types of policies that Hitler enacted are happening here, and people are cheering for him just like they were there. It's really gross.
And see, and I understand your point where you're coming from, and that's why I said I think it's happened on both sides. Even during Biden, I think there was a lot of that still in place or going on.
Are you talking about like corruption?
Corruption and
what specifically?
Just or fascism, imposing on people's rights and things like that. I think it's been going on. I don't think it's just
before Trump.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's true, but there's always been a pushback. Now there's a whole half of the country that's entranced.
Right, because they voted for him. Right.
Yeah. They believe it's the right thing to do. Like they genuinely believe they're doing the right thing. It's really scary.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of emotions involved. Obviously, a lot of emotions involved in the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm interested how you are treated being a black man. Are you black?
Yeah, I'm mixed.
You kind of look like you're Cuban.
I'm mixed. I'm mulatto.
Yeah. I used to think I was mulatto. I'm not mulatto. I'm Middle Eastern.
Okay, Middle Eastern. How I'm treated as a
black. How many people have come by here and said you're not local?
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I laugh at them when they were over there.
My hair? I can't be from here.
Right. No, I mean they've always. I've always been treated. Me and my family's always been treated with well respect from the MAGA movement. Always.
Until you disagree with him. Have you told him you didn't vote for him last time?
I did vote for him last time. I just walked out kind of convicted that I did vote for him. I walked out convicted. Yeah. No, it's all right. It was, well, I mean, I knew it was from the Spirit, so it was fine with me. You know.
I think. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't, if I didn't vote for him. Right. If I didn't vote for him, I wasn't going to vote for nobody. So I would have went that route. But
I know. I can't remember. I think the specific moment when I felt regret for my vote was when he started doing like the Muslim bans, and I was in.
That was
Israel.
2016.
Yeah. Well, I voted for him in 2016.
Right.
And I was in Israel at the time, and I thought, like, it's just yucky. It's just gross.
Okay.
Like, sort of a yucky feeling, and then all the things they started doing after that, I was just like, oh man, this guy is not a Republican, and he's not a conservative.
No, he's not a Republican
at all. The Republican Party I used to be part of.
But that's what I'm trying to say. I think the Republicans and the Democrats are in the same bowl.
But when you say that, it doesn't really get you anywhere.
It don't. I know it don't. It just wakes you.
We have to have somebody to blame either. But if you're going to do anything about it, it's not like.
It don't get you nowhere. It just makes you realize. To me, it just makes you realize that they're saying the same thing, just different. It's all emotions.
Yeah.
It's just it's a bunch of emotions. There's really no difference when it comes down to it.
I think they're saying the same thing.
They are. They've if you pay attention.
I guess our emotion is sadness and fear, and there's anger.
If you so there's some of it, and then if you pay attention, they've created this. Both Democrats and Republicans have created what we're seeing. This wasn't prevalent in 2000, even under Bush, or even under Obama.
Trump is just specifically such a sparking figure, which is what it takes to become a fascist. You got to be very charismatic, and you got to really be able to cultivate people like he has. These people are brainwashed. I'm sorry.
But as you say that, but there has to be the fairness and balance that on both sides. There's people that are brainwashed.
But it's all just catchy slogans, and when you really get down to it,
I agree with that. Like lock her up, and it hasn't happened. I agree with that.
I mean, like, look at all these like 18 to 21-year-old kids.
Right.
Dying. Ben.
Yeah.
that have no direction, and then they end up there because it makes them feel tough. Like Trump makes people feel tough, but it's not tough. It's weak. Like look at his big parade he's throwing for himself today.
So let me ask you about that. So would you be in support? If a Democrat or any other president, just in general, would do a military parade, would you be in support? You wouldn't be in support?
No, I wouldn't. And I don't. And I think the most recent polling shows that most Americans aren't. It's not something we do here. It should be about the soldiers, not the equipment. And especially when you have deployed American troops to an American city to control American citizens, and you take the day to display the power of that military that you sicked on your own people, it's totally inappropriate.
See, I like, and I'm not saying it's like a show of force. I don't, the show of force, I'm like that, to me it's stupid. I like the order, so I like military type of, in general. I even like watching the Japanese and Russians when they're doing their thing. I'm like, dang, it looks impressive. I like that, like air shows.
Google if you want to look at rockets.
Well, right.
It's all about him. He's just going to stand there and feel like a big man. It's gross.
Possibly.
It's little. It's all so small. It's all about making other people feel small and making yourself feel big. And it's really, it's gross to me.
Yeah,
It's so unmanly. I used to think of, like, that's not what you think of a strong man. A strong man has humility. A strong man is a leader in a way that brings people in, not cuts them off and pushes them out. That's not leadership.
Well, I'm glad we got to talk. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. My camera's starting to get hot. I'm getting hot. It's probably like 80 now out here. There's still a lot of people out here, both sides. I've been filming for an hour and 40 minutes. It is hot. Take off my jacket. So the left over here is saying something that I never heard before, which is the USA chants. I wasn't hearing that back in 2020. I'll mute this for a minute, you guys. Okay. The people with the Mexican flag out here chanting USA. So, like I said, it's a completely different scene than what the media shows in some of these other cities. This person right there with the Mexican flag was just chanting USA. Okay, and they're on the Democratic side of the street.
No, you're the one that started it. Okay, I wasn't starting nothing. Oh, you're just starting nothing. No, don't tell me to keep going. If I want to stay, I'll stay. If I want to go, I'll go. Exactly. Yeah. You want to suck it? No. You're getting a hard on already, man. You're going to suck his dick again? I'll suck his dick again. Oh, yeah, right. You're going to do it, man. Big man. Running his fucking mouth. Small penises. Yeah. And he's yelling that shit at me when I answer. And it's tough. Yeah. I'm not supposed to say that. Shut up.
I'm not gonna be happy. I wouldn't be happy either. I'd be like, oh, nice. Yeah. Don't call people insults. We're good. We can be respectful of how we disagree.
God bless. Pass on. Move along.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you were
Pretty boring.
The whole thing is interesting. It is definitely interesting. There's so much like raw emotions involved in all of this. It's crazy where our nation is at. It's crazy where our nation is at. I think I got one super chat on here, you guys. I don't even know if I got any Venmo or Cash App. I did get a super chat. I did get a super chat earlier, right when I started. That was at you, man. He was blowing that whistle at you.
I'm gonna call him an idiot.
Oh, yeah. See, the problem, who said that? Wrong country, this is not Mexico. And you're right, I agree. The problem is America is a melting pot. So I mean, this is something that's been forever going on. And we've wanted it, or at least at one point people wanted it. When you have different nationalities, different nations coming here, that's what happens. You know, you have stores that can have flags, you have stores that can have this, yeah, you know, so we, or the government or the politicians, whoever you want to say, have created this, you know, and it don't have nothing to do with open borders. I mean, that person flying the Mexican flag could have came here the proper way, but she's Mexican, right? Her heritage, her roots, ancestors, all that are Mexican. So she's flying the Mexican flag while she chants USA. So she's representing both, you know, what she believes in, or her heritage or roots or whatever, while she's supporting her own, you know, her own peoples, you know. So we created that. That's the government. That's not, you know, does that make sense? I mean, the United States of America has allowed that. So now we're, you know, a lot of people go back, oh, well, that's not, you know, that's not our country as a Mexican.
You got it right.
Yeah. but we've allowed it. So it is our country. This country is a melting pot. This country has no culture. It hasn't, and I've said that for a long time. I don't know if I've ever said it on a live stream or publicly, but we don't have a culture. There's no culture in America. And that person flying the Mexican flag could have came in here to America legally. Just because she has a Mexican flag does not mean that she came in to the United States illegally. I don't know. I haven't spoke to her. Hey, but I am going to watch the parade, though. I'm not going to lie. I like military stuff. I'd even be impressed with it if it was a Democrat doing it. So that's the military thing. Don't bother me myself. I like military stuff. Planes, air shows, tanks, people marching in order, batons flying, guns flying up in air. I like that stuff myself. But it has nothing to do with a president or a person. Just has to do with that. I like it. Oh, that was wrong. Calling them older people. That guy walking in the gray. So he's like, that to me is like starting something. You're coming on this side of the street to start something. How you doing? My thing is like what I've said to you guys is everybody's complaining about stuff on both sides that America and the politicians have allowed or that people have voted on. That's half of the problem. That's what's gone on a lot, is that people complain about stuff that America has instilled. You know, you got the left, or not the left, but you have the right complaining about books and drag queen shows and things like that. I'm good, thank you, appreciate it. About things like that, and I'm not in disagreement, okay? But America is the fault of that. So, because a lot of people on the right will say, and they won't say it out in the public. They really won't say it out in the public because the Republicans are not really against it. But what I'm saying is that they've there's been votes for homosexuality.
What are you doing?
Filming.
And I'm just interested. Where's it going to go?
The BC Preacher.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
Keep it going.
Appreciate it. So what I'm saying is, like, for instance, an example is, here it is, Pride Month. Okay. So Pride Month, within itself is LGBTQ, gay rights, all that type of stuff, which, okay, has been around for a long time. Okay, but over the past 10 years, it's became this big deal with quote unquote Republicans, the conservative movement. But at the same time, it's really not an issue with them. They only care about the child stuff. Because if you talk to most Republicans who claim to be Christian conservative, they will only say that, well, I don't care if somebody, what they do in their bedroom or what they do this, but God does. And then these Republicans will say also at the same time, well, we're against it, but it's not my place to judge. So again, these are rules and laws that are already in America that Republicans and Democrats both have supported for a long time. How you doing?
Good.
You gonna let me hang it?
Oh, sorry.
So that's the thing. You can't get mad. Then you have the left side or the Democrats are saying, oh yeah, we're for LGBTQ rights. Okay, well, so is the Republicans for the most part. Most Republicans truly are not against LGBTQ. They're against books and libraries and children exploitations for the children. That's what they're against. Because most Republicans are not going to come out openly and say, hey, I'm against. They'll say on the internet they're against Pride Month, right? They'll say it on the internet, but they're not going to come out in public and completely say that they're against Pride Month. So that's not going to happen. So that's what's interesting. So America has created this. The politicians on both sides have created this type of thing. And that's why you have this going on. The Republicans, including Trump, are both responsible. We can't just say, okay, well, I'm okay with what they do in the bedroom. It's none of my business. I'm only against the books and library. Well, the bigger thing is umbrella. So the books in the library is just a branch on the umbrella or a branch on the tree, which was passed and, you know, there's been homosexual praise going on since the 80s and 70s, you guys. Seriously. And there's been nothing, no one has cared about it to that level. There's been a small handful who's cared about it. Street preachers have gone out in the 80s, 90s preaching that homosexual praise because they actually care about what's against God. But see, even in that bigger picture, most Republicans only care about what's against God in these type of things, because they'll end up going to bars and drinking and getting drunk. They're cussing all the time, just like we heard across the street, all these Republicans who are saying God, but they're foul-mouthed nonstop. Every other filler word is a cuss word, but they're saying God at the same time. Okay, so the left over here is saying, oh, we don't believe in God. At least they're being honest. At least they're not following God, but the other side is putting on their front or perpetrating like they love and serve Jesus Christ, and they, you know, it's questionable, because the only thing they care about is abortion, which I do too, which God does too, and they care about the children. They don't care about the other stuff that's against God. Kids are up here doing this.
California! Go back!
Hey, come here real quick. Let's talk, man. So who's from California? Who's from California? Why you say they're from California? What? I'm a conservative, dude. I'm straight up conservative. Probably more than you guys.
Where's that? Yeah, hold on.
Am I a political person?
I don't care.
Does that mean you root for LA or?
What's up?
The upside down.
It's upside. I don't root for LA, man. I don't root for LA.
I don't either.
Okay, all right.
I've never seen that happen.
Yeah. No, I was just trying to ask him why does he think that everybody's from, or he was saying that go back to LA. So I was just trying to see why he thinks that.
This is the one.
See what these kids are gonna do. They're saying Trump, Trump. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Like I don't have 1,000 money, right?
What'd you say?
I told him to make some money and buy his own eggs. Are you sure you're Republican?
Go to my YouTube channel, the BC Preacher. The BC Preacher. I voted for Trump 3 times. I don't completely agree with everything he's doing now.
No, not everything. No, we don't agree.
There's things, but if I didn't vote for him this time, I wouldn't have voted for nobody. So I won't vote Democrat.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
So I was at J6.
No, yeah.
You're gonna be on YouTube channel?
I just want to talk to you because you're saying stuff, and I don't think these people they're doing anything wrong. They're not Antifa. These people are not Antifa. They're not Antifa. None of these people are Antifa.
Yeah.
They're just protesting because they don't like Trump. So I'm like, who cares?
I know.
So I just want to hear what your opinions on what.
Yeah.
They keep walking back and forth. So, which is fine. It's just, it's the wrong type of, in my opinion, you guys, this is the wrong element to try to provoke or try to get a reaction. It's just like, let's have a conversation, let's dialogue. Because these are people who will dialogue and conversate with you. The BC Preacher. The BC. Yep.
Okay, see you.
Yeah, they keep walking back and forth. And watch. So this is a good example for, I'm going to say, for conservatives who are watching this, to see what an actual true peaceful protest looks like, because it's hard to see on media a lot of times, obviously. But you're going to see today, I don't know what time it is, because this is going from 12 to 3. You're going to actually see people leave, get in their cars, and this place will be cleared if I stay out here streaming. You're not going to see nothing else, no other activities. You're not going to see no businesses. You're not going to see no fights. You're not going to see nothing like that from this side of the Democratic Party of the left. Even with their opinions and views, you're not going to see that happen. So you'll actually get to experience, from a straight up honest reporter, fair, that nobody's going to do what we see in LA or Portland or Seattle. It's not going to happen here. It has nothing to do, as much as people want to boast or puff up, has nothing to do with the other side, or has nothing to do with the Republicans and the MAGA movement that's across the street with the guns. Like they're stopping something from happening. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with that at all. It has to do with that these people here are different than what we've seen on media. So in Portland, like if this was happening, these guys walking down the street supporting Trump, obviously stuff would happen. Not happening here. wonder if I can see what time it is. Hold on. It's 2:25.
No, I hate Trump for free.
There's the hope. We got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for being here. Love is the answer.
Love is the answer. Love is subject to people's interpretation.
I would say no, but do you think they would applaud yours? Can you tell me, like, are you, like, who would you rather be in office right now? Kamala Harris?
I want, I don't know, like, if we were to elect Mr. Rogers president, he's dead, so that's unfortunate. But he would, you know, he taught people that, you know, he saw his show as his ministry, and he looked beyond, he saw every person as a person. He looked beyond, like, anything about them, any of their behaviors or their backgrounds, and he looked for what they needed. And people said it was hard to interview because he would only talk about the person interviewing. Like, he was always putting others in front of himself. And if somebody's putting others in front of themselves, like, I don't think that's, I mean, like, I am not a Christian anymore, but like I call myself like a Christian unbeliever, I guess. But like,
why not?
Like, I just became unconvinced, I guess. But like, but that aside, like, I have a great appreciation for who Jesus was. He was always hanging out with sinners and publicans, and even told a story to a bunch of racists about how, like, it's okay to be a neighbor to somebody who's a race mixer. and like, you know, the only people he ever criticized were the rich and churchy people, and you never caught him criticizing the poor. You never caught him criticizing any sinners or anything. It was just always like rich and churchy people were the ones he was always fighting. Somebody's making money off the church, he's flipping tables. Somebody's you know, like, preaching a moralistic version of the Bible that, like, is just for the purpose of, like, beating someone down. And he was like, those are the people he argued with, you know. Those are the people he was always fighting, the Pharisees. And now and I just want to remind people that.
What is Ezekiel 16:49?
So Ezekiel said that the sin of Sodom was that they were not taking care of their poor. They were not taking care of their needy. They weren't taking care, and they were getting fat and rich while their poor were starving. And basically, essentially, Ezekiel was saying, like, Sodom was destroyed because they were inhospitable people, and they didn't take care of the people who, like, came to them, or the people that were in their country. And I just think that's, like, essentially Ezekiel was calling all these, like, pious people sodomites, which I thought was hilarious. Like, there's a lot of, actually, Ezekiel's a very funny book. Like, he's a funny writer, and I really, but it just struck me. And there's so many people around here that call themselves, Bible-believing Christians. And what part of the Bible do they believe in? Like a few select verses about gays, and then like they just ignore like the many verses about, treating the alien as if they were your family, or taking care of the poor and the widows and stuff. When we have this whole ideology of people who are like, fuck the poor, fuck the, like just hating on every. It's like.
You think majority of Americans think that way? I mean, there might be the upper class, perhaps. Do you think majority?
Yeah, I don't think they do, and I think.
You don't think a majority of Americans think like that?
No, I said I don't think a majority of Americans think like that.
Okay.
But the ones who control the power and the money kind of do. Like they're the ones who are always pushing. They're like, man, those poor people, they got it too good. Poor people got it too good.
It's so hard to hear with all these no trust.
Poor people have it the least good. By definition, poor people have it the least good of anybody. To say that we're like, it's okay to like crush people and stuff. I'm like, okay, go ahead and believe that, but you're a psychopath. Like you don't actually believe in Jesus. Like if you're lobbying to like crush the poor, but they're like, well, you can't legislate morality. I'm like, well, you legislate morality when it comes to abortion and gays. Like you never had a problem with that,
right?
Like, can we legislate morality when it comes to feeding the poor? Can we legislate morality when it comes to taking care of the widows or treating aliens as our family, like the Bible says? If you want, like.
So, in regards to that, I understand what you're saying. Do you think that Americans can go to another country and are they going to treat us the same way?
They might not, but that's not for us to think about. Like we are a rich country, we have been blessed, and to whom much is given, much is required. And we should be the country that's most accepting of poor immigrants, because we are the richest country. We have been given much, and we should be giving back much.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. What about like criminal immigrants?
Criminal? I mean, deal with them on a criminal basis, but who cares? Like their status within the country isn't bad. If they murdered somebody, prosecute them like a murder. That's what you do. But like the fact their legal status has nothing to do with any kind of morality. Their legal status, borders are artificial. Like we never had this weird border shit until like tight border controls are kind of a new thing as of like the last century or something.
Right, but we always had the border though.
Yeah, we always had borders, but if somebody wandered across our border, you don't get treated as a citizen, like there's certain privileges and rights afforded to citizens that are not afforded to non-citizens, but nobody was like, we got to get rid of all these people because they're raping everybody out
there.
Right,
yeah. So I heard you quoting a lot of the Bible. What's the one that you said that Jesus hanged out with sinners? Something like that?
Yeah, like the woman caught in adultery. You remember that story from John? I don't know how much of the Bible you know, but
no, that's what I was asking you. I was trying to ask.
Yeah, like he hung around with Matthew, the tax collector. His disciples like got onto him because they're like when he hung out with tax collectors like Matthew, and hung out with sinners. Like he went out to the streets, and he didn't. If he wanted to hang around with like pious religious people, the Pharisees were right there, and he did hang out with them, but he like yelled at them all the time. He was always like you're a bunch of whited sepulchers.
Why do you think he was hanging out with? I mean, I don't know what verse it says that he was hanging out with. I don't know if it says he was hanging out with sinners or not, or what verse says that he was hanging out with sinners. I don't know.
Oh, I can't name like the references off the top of my head, but like
these are stories like
the woman at the well.
Was he hanging out with her though?
Well, woman taken in adultery, where he said, I don't condemn you. She committed a sin that was worthy of death, and he's like, I'm not condemning you.
Why do you think he wasn't condemning her, or if you say hanging out with sinners, why do you think he was doing that?
Because what did he also say? You quoted a verse earlier. I don't think it was Jesus who said it. It might have been one of the, but like about like the A doctor doesn't. You don't send a doctor to the.
Shoot! Now it escapes me. It's the sick who need a physician.
It's the sick.
Something like that.
So was he calling people to repent? Is that why he was hanging out with sinners?
He was calling people to repent, but also he didn't like.
But what's repent
he
mean?
He said, "Neither do I condemn you." You know, like he's a.
So, if I'm not mistaken, don't John 16 through 18, 3:16 through 18 talk about being condemned?
Yeah, but I mean, Jesus didn't call us to condemn anyone. Jesus didn't say don't talk to the condemned or.
Right. He didn't say not to talk to the condemned, but he did condemn.
Yeah, but what did he condemn? He condemned pious frauds and rich people. Like that's like if you look through the Bible, the only people the harshest criticism.
Everybody has to flex their cars right now.
Yeah, right. The harshest criticism he reserved for churchy, like people who were born and raised in the church. He reserved his hardest criticism for the rich.
But he condemned sin, though, right?
He condemned sin, but what sins did he condemn? You know, like he was condemning the sins of the pious and the rich. He wasn't.
And the unbelievers and the unfaithful, the unmoral, right?
Yeah, he said because like he was talking about
those who don't follow him, because Matthew followed him. He said, "Follow me." That's all he said. He said, "Follow me."
He rose and followed him. Yeah.
So he condemned the people and even cursed towns, cities that didn't have faith in him. He said it'll be worse for you than it will be for Sodom and Gomorrah.
Because they're inhospitable.
No, I think it was their lack of faith. I think it was their lack of faith in him.
But Jesus knew Ezekiel 16:49.
Yeah, but Jesus knew all the scriptures.
Yeah.
He knew it.
You just alluded to something that Jesus condemned said it would be worse for you than Sodom.
Yeah.
What was that from?
It's in Matthew.
That's in Matthew.
Their lack of faith. So what's faith? Because a lot of people, even on this side of the street, don't have faith in Jesus. So would he curse that?
Are we trying to warp Jesus, like who spent his whole life condemning, like who spent his whole life arguing with rich people and biblical people, like on one single verse where, like, you know, like your own interpretation of a single verse where Jesus says, "Well, I hate immigrants. I hate the gays. I condemn them. Fuck those."
Well, what he actually says, to be fair with that, what he actually says, he hates Psalms 5:5. I hate all workers of iniquity. I hate all workers, a worker of iniquity. All who practice sin. That's what iniquity is, sin.
I know, but what like specifically?
I mean, you can go through 1 Corinthians. What is it? 1 Corinthians. I want to say 15. I could be off, but it and even Romans, where it does mention homosexuality, unnaturalness. It does. He does mention that's part of the sin. Covenant. It is Jesus.
Romans is written anonymously.
But it's still Jesus. So you're only going. So what you're saying is that only Jesus, the man Jesus, that said the red letters. That's the only Jesus what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just
because a lot of the
So you don't view the whole Bible as God written, God inspired.
Well, I don't read the whole Bible as anything God inspired because I'm not a believer.
Well, then why are you believing all these other verses that you're bringing up if you don't believe it?
Because
you just want what you want to believe.
I mean, like you don't. There's.
Well, I'm saying you're pretty stern on those verses that you're bringing up, but you don't believe it.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe like in divinity and stuff, but it doesn't mean that I can't draw straight. Like like somebody could. You don't believe Hogwarts is real, but you can get moral lessons out of Harry Potter. You know?
I would even argue, and if you don't mind me interjecting here, Marshall, I would just argue, like, from a point of theological, philosophical argument, if you use a premise that says if the Bible is true, then this, he doesn't have to accept the conclusion because he doesn't accept the truth of that premise. But what he's trying to do is form an argument
former thought in the people who's reading this sign, people who do believe the Bible is true and would accept that premise if the Bible is true, then and challenge what follows. That's what I think what he's really getting at.
And also, I would say I believe more things. I probably believe and live and practice more things that Jesus taught than any Christian who shows up to church on Sunday in their Escalade, you know, with their fancy, you know, and like shows off to their friends. Like I grew up in Texas, and like go to Texas churches, and like there's like white Texas mega churches, and it's just like Jesus said, these people are all whited sepulchres. They're not real. They're not like they don't. But you know, the things that Jesus spent like 90% of everything he said, you know, like, I mean, aside from the divinity parts that I just don't believe, like, I do agree that, like, you know, things like to whom much is given, much is required, and I believe things, you know, and I can pull from that. Like, I can say, you know, just because I don't believe it's all like real doesn't mean I don't, like, I can't love the message.
So why don't you believe it's all real, if you don't mind me asking?
I just became unconvinced over the years. That one is like a whole other conversation. Like years behind me.
Catholic?
No, I was actually like a fundamentalist Pentecostal. And you know, there's some good people, but like I got to see like the most, you know, the racist underbelly of you know of believers, and I got to see a cross section of believers who just didn't believe in anything. And then like after I was an unbeliever, you know, like I'd go to like get invited to like a Christmas mass at an Episcopal church,
which is two different things, from Pentecostal to Episcopal.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I'd get invited and I'd go, you know, because I want to be with my friends. It's meaningful to them, but it was really beautiful. And instead of like people in my church, what I was used to was like, they're like, oh, these gays are coming after, you know, and you gotta watch out for the gays and you know all these communists. And then I went to the Episcopal church, and mass is like. Hey everybody, we are, you know, like, we're here to love each other and be good to each other. And then there's like two little old ladies that stand up in the Episcopal church, and they're like, we're working over at the food, you know, at the food pantry on Thursday and Friday. So anyone that wants to join us from 4 to 7 p.m., come over to the food pantry. And like, they're serving their community, and like that to me is a million times closer to everything Jesus taught than like you know, deport the immigrants and you know, jail the gays and stuff. So it's so like there's, I mean, I don't think that all Christianity is like my Pentecostal one that I grew up with, but there are some people that are very much like that. The ones I grew up with.
Good talk. You don't think that you don't ever sense or get the urge that the Spirit of God is trying to draw you back in the church to a true relationship with Him?
I don't know. Maybe, you know, it could be that just like me being the sort of the Christian atheist I am, it might be that. Who knows? I don't know.
I think it is. I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, if I became a you know, a Christian again, I wouldn't be a fundamentalist. You know, I couldn't bring myself to be that, like, as hateful as the brand of Christianity I was raised on.
Right. But so, in regards to you're saying as hateful as that brand or whatever, you do know, serving the King, Jesus, there is lines. He even drew a line in the sand. Mm-hmm. So there is you're either with me or against me type of thing, right? Do you believe?
Well, there's two verses that kind of like say different things about that, but like they're recorded different ways. But yeah, it's sort of like you said, whoever's not against us is for us. But there's another verse where he says, whoever is for us is not against us.
Right, there is that too.
Exactly the same thing, but.
Right, there's that too. Yes, yep. I know what verse you're talking about.
Yeah, but,
if they're not against you, basically they're not your enemy per se, kind of like in a way.
Yeah, and like I'm not. I'm not an enemy to Christianity. I'm not an enemy to, you know, Jesus or anyone that believes in him. But I am an enemy to hate, and I feel like we should all be like we should all. There's like a missing. There's a deficit of care and kindness in the world. Like nobody says. I mean, people write their laws like they believe it, but nobody says poor have it too good.
Right.
Nobody says like, yeah, that guy's in the pocket of big tenant.
Right.
You know.
And you're kind of not, like you said, you just kind of more believe the words of Jesus in the Gospels, the 5 books.
Yeah.
You don't really take the whole Bible as like true. So you wouldn't really believe that God is also hateful as much as loving. You wouldn't believe that.
Yeah, like, and it's almost like a separate. It's almost like, I mean, they fall under the same umbrella, but I don't feel like fundamentalist Christianity is the same Christianity as like what the Episcopal, like what I saw in the Episcopal Church.
Right.
It's like almost like a different religion that just shares some words.
It is, right.
And but I think that if no Christian's my enemy. If I mean, and I do know, when I know Christians that are like, hey, we should do more for the poor. Hey, we should do more. You're like this person is my, like, ideologically, they understand Jesus the same way I do. And if they say, we need to be harsher with these. We need to be harsher with these, like, Venezuelans and Mexicans and whatever, like I say, we need people like Jesus would never, for one thing, he would never ratchet up violence against people, He was more of a Peter, put away your sword kind of guy.
You know why he said that?
Because he didn't want Peter to get them all killed.
I mean, you'd like to think that, right? You'd like to think that. That's not why he told Peter to put away the sword, though. But you'd like to think that, of course, right? Because that'd be the...
No, that would have been a logical consequence of
right,
using the sword.
Right. But the reason he told Peter to put it away, because he knew his purpose. So it was like, Peter, don't stop what has to happen. Don't try to prevent it. Because that's what Peter was trying to do.
He never said, blessed are the sword swingers.
What's that?
He never said, blessed are the sword swingers. Or blessed are the, blessed are the deporters. Blessed are those who...
No, he said, blessed are the peacemakers. He said that.
Yeah. He never said, like, the strong will inherit the earth. He never said, like, there's all these things that, like, when people believe in fundamentalist views, they are saying basically that they're like a good 90% of Jesus they don't agree with.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. And I think that's on both sides of the aisle, parties, however you want to say that. Yeah. There's, people say spit little pieces here and there, but they don't get the whole concept of Jesus. And that's why I was even referring to even the things that Jesus is against, and including things that he actually hates. Yeah. Because he also says those who are mine and those who aren't mine, and not everybody's his. So there's that too. So that kind of shows that if you want to say favoritism or whatever, however you want to put it, but there's people that are with him and people who are not with him. Yeah. But no, I like this talk, man.
Yeah, it's good. Like, and I understand, like, we probably have very different views on a lot of things, but like, I went to Bible college. I got, I was very immersed in religion.
Is that what happened?
I know Bible college, I think, will do it to, like, well, I think it's because a lot of those kids go and they're convinced of their piety and they're convinced of their
the teachings and things.
And they're like, and they just kind of have this attitude like, I can do no wrong.
Yeah. I'm against Bible college.
Huh?
I'm against it.
Yeah. It's like go to a theological seminary where they teach you real stuff. Like,
I'm even against some of the theological stuff, to be honest.
Well, but I mean, like, when you're.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah, like when you learn Greek and you go back and you read original texts and stuff. Like, there's just some scholarly things that you can do with the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. What Bible college did you go to?
It's a college they changed their name, but it was Eugene Bible College.
Oh, Eugene?
Yeah. It was on the west.
So when some of these people are driving by and they're saying go back to California, you're pretty close, huh? You're Eugene.
He's been here for a long time.
No, I'm playing with you.
Yeah, like, and it's really funny that people are like, go back to California. I'm like, do you know, or like, we don't want any more Californians here. I'm like, do you know which Californians are moving up here? Like, there's the people, there's Californians that are more right wing than you do. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, like, don't hate on Californians. Those are your brothers.
Yeah. Appreciate the talk, man.
Yeah, it's good meeting you.
All right, Quincy.
Yeah, Marshall.
Nice to meet you. All right, take care, man. Appreciate it.
Likewise.
Yep. That was a good talk. That was a good talk. Wrapping up.
Yeah. Winding down.
Yeah. Such a good turnout.
Somebody almost hit Corey in the car wash. Or crosswalk earlier.
Oh, really? Was it an accident or was it?
No.
It wasn't.
He was mad that they were blocking.
Oh my gosh, to let people walk past? Anything to get emotional about, right?
Right.
Wow.
Well, that's what they're all worked up on North Idaho News. It's like people impeding traffic.
I know, Mike.
You can run over them in Idaho. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It was good,
Good
though.
stuff.
I'm glad it was uneventful.
I am too. Well, I mean, I knew it would be. I wasn't.
They always are.
Yeah, I know.
This one felt different.
It did at first, honestly. When I first got here, it had that feel. I'm glad it. Yeah. It's over at 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's another thing too, and that's what I was telling my audience. I'm like, because again, media and these other bigger cities, when they have things like this, crowds usually don't. You'll have that other element. They don't disperse. And I was telling my audience, I'm like, at 3 o'clock, watch. Everybody's going to leave. Everybody will leave. There's not going to be some stragglers around. Let's see what we can get into or do. Everybody's going to leave at 3. Very organized. So, and I can appreciate. I like that.
This guy in the black hat told me he's your buddy or whatever, but he filmed whatever happened up here on the corner with that guy. And we think it's the same dude that got himself hit at the first one.
Oh, the owner.
He was like leaning on the car or whatever. I'm 90% sure it's him again. So
you think he might be kind of starting stuff, trying in a way
to get
people's reaction?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't see it happen, but
okay. Yeah, I saw him.
Kind of a history of
trying to
manufacturing those kinds of situations.
Okay.
So I don't know if you could post the video of it.
We will, and if he gets it to me, I'll share it too.
Because he's been talking online about the Coeur d'Alene police like not being willing to charge what happened the first time he fell off the fucking sidewalk.
Right. And see, and that's another reason why I grew respect for this crowd, because at first it was like one of those type of things. Oh, they hit him, but then there was people over here that was like, no,
he actually not how it went down.
Yeah, and even though he was from this side of the crowd, people were still like, no, that's not what happened. And I was like, okay, these people are legit. They're not. So, is that why the paramedics are here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But it was like a confrontation between somebody from over there before he fell over or whatever. So,
okay, I'll get it.
Luckily, the whole thing is on film.
I'll get it from him. I'll get it from him. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
oh wow, you got it,
dude. I got the whole thing front, dude. There is a hand here.
I don't know if I can. No, I can't.
Dude,
it's too dark.
Dude, this is going on. This is going to a couple different news outlets.
Oh shit! I'm gonna be on the news. Damn it.
Oh, you are right there. No, your back's turned, but
No, he dropped his oxygen to pick it up for
Same
him.
guy. That's what he was telling me. The same guy from last time.
Well, this guy was on the bridge out in Post Falls when they did the trucker rally.
I saw him
too.
earlier.
Yeah, but then the next video, look at this. This is the first part of it. This guy was just talking shit, and this guy is talking shit. He says, touch me again and I'll use my right to defend myself. That's a verbal threat of shooting right there.
Yeah, that is. Well, not
Yeah. Either way, it's might be a misdemeanor, but it's still, yeah.
It's in response to you.
Yeah.
So I don't think.
Yeah.
And he keeps stepping up on him too. Dude, it's
But usually carrying like that, you're gonna try to more diffuse than try to engage.
I don't think he's carrying.
He's not. Okay. Good.
No, I was right there.
Yeah, this is the one though that right here.
How long ago?
This was like 15 minutes ago, maybe. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. There's 100% a hand laid on here. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah, there's a hand right there off his chest.
It's the same guy from last time. That played
The old dude or
yes,
the
old dude?
Oh, really?
You don't remember? When he was leaning on the car and the car moved.
Was that the one that got hit?
Yeah. That's him.
Dude. The conspiracy TikTok's getting big tonight.
Yeah, that's him.
Do I post this on my TikTok? Or do I call a couple of news outlets? I want to get your idea from it because I think this could be a $10,000 video to MSNBC or one of those.
I've never been fortunate enough to know how to sell it to news agencies.
You gotta give it a damn try. This might be a 6-month paycheck.
But also, I'd like, if you don't mind, you don't have a water stamp, do you?
Oh, I can stamp it at home. Yeah.
Stamp one to me and send me the video. Add G stamping.
Yeah.
Please, I want to share it on Facebook.
Oh, dude, we're gonna get it out there. I'll give him a call tonight, and if it doesn't hit the newsroom tonight, I'm gonna get the local guys too. So it's
Dude, that's gonna be it.
Dude, the old dude though was the one to lay the hand on him. Though.
He did.
Watch this. Look at this. He's got a hand on him right there.
Yep. You can see the palm right like that.
Yep.
That's the same guy.
Yeah.
Same one. Yeah.
Oh, and then he sits down afterwards. Like.
Oh, like he actually got hurt.
No. He started to kind of go over, and oxygen fell, and then he kind of just
That's right, but that's
ankles were hit though. Originally is why.
But that's why they're here. Like his oxygen is exactly like he's
no, because he went down. That's why they're here.
Yeah, he ran himself out of oxygen.
Yeah, he exhausted himself.
So yeah, he's somebody.
It was the old dude there. He's the old dude that last time.
The dude with the nasal cane?
That's from last time.
Yeah. I was going to say, he kind of came off the reach last time.
Yeah,
I heard from somebody. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Give me something. I've been testing for durability. I have an older brother. It's fine, man. Yeah. Trev, test this out for me. What is it? It's a spaceship. Okay. It's a box taped to a skateboard at the top of the stairs. Wait, I gotta turn on the hose. You know, that's the childhood I had. Right? Yo! What is it?
He did last time, so when they had their last protest here, he was on the corner, and everybody got mad. So this is right.
Thank you. I am over here. You're on this side?
I was right there.
Did you see him go attack the police car to go run him down? He threw his cane at the cop car, and I ran around him before the cop got out. I was like, I know that's how this is. And I said, he got hurt. He's not trying to be aggressive.
So you guys can see that the crowd is leaving. The crowd is leaving.
I figured he kind of instigated it, but I'm like,
No bricks were laid out. No center bricks. No whatever else. There's no one staying around to try to start looting Walgreens or anything else. Everybody's leaving.
Donald Trump. I know.
Oh yeah. Okay. Was that was he the kid with the AR that was walking along the street? No. Okay. Okay.
I mean, I was carrying.
I got pictures. I got pictures. I had a picture of the New York Times that day. So that was
I know.
That was the downtown one though. So
Now I got guns pointed at me 6 times, which is why I got
You got guns pointed at you?
Yeah, when we did the BLM stuff in 2020, a whole bunch of guns pointed at me.
So there's been mixed reports. How many protesters, BLM people showed up to that?
oh god, we had like it was like 200 to 300.
Now, was there any black bloc? Honestly, was there black bloc? There was black bloc here. Okay, well,
That one's accepted.
I got it. I'm gonna go talk to tires.
You said what?
Same day.
You did? Well, I got to apologize because I didn't think that black bloc showed up to that. The black bloc did show. Okay.
I was like, I couldn't cover it. You could see like the last.
No, I'm gonna go home and edit photos.
So,
Why'd you have to say that?
so for the Idaho people that I've been saying black bloc did not show up. Here, I'll even turn the camera around and I'll eat humble pie for you guys because you guys would like that. So for my Idaho, Coeur d'Alene, Northern Idaho folks that said that black bloc or Antifa showed up.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. You guys were right. I was wrong. That was coming from a source or the mouth of someone who was with the BLM people in 2020 or whatever that was, who came to Idaho. He's from here. Ooh, why is my battery not charging? Dang it. Anyway, he did say that black bloc was here. So I apologize for speaking out of turn, saying some misinformation that I was ignorant to, and not having the full story. The guy did say that black bloc was here, which is very surprising, but I should ask him, why did they come here? Let me ask. They try to find out why. I don't know where he went. He said that guns were pointed at him, so he had a rifle today because of that situation. But again, if you're coming to riot, then the people across the street who are armed, I wouldn't blame him. Don't come riot. Okay, that's the thing. Let's keep it peaceful, like these people have today. You don't need to come trying to loot and be black bloc and Antifa up in Coeur d'Alene. So, in that regard, I 100% agree with people coming in case that element was to show up. But I didn't think it would be happening because it wasn't here today. So obviously it wasn't here today because even the guys who said that, yeah, black bloc did show up, he wasn't in that type of position to riot or whatever. Anyway, just wanted to apologize for that. Man up, right? Apologize. So again, I am right about this though. The crowd is leaving.
Have you gone over there yet?
Yeah, I went over there. Yeah. Yep.
How was it?
Fine, for the most part. Yeah. Yep. Crowd over there is still there. But see, this crowd is left. It's gone. It's gone. So they leave, I leave. I want to look for my buddy. Got some good footage of something, altercation of some sort. And it's so good seeing Reverend Gunn on here. Love you, brother. Miss you. Miss you and your wife, man. Miss you guys. Miss being on here. Obviously, there's not that much stuff that happens here in northern Idaho in regards to on this type of level, so not much to stream. But I thank you guys for tuning in. I don't even know how many viewers I have right now, which really don't matter. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. My stuff was pinned in case there was anything you guys liked and wanted to contribute to or support. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal is all pinned. Mother bear is sitting right. Mama bear is sitting right next to him. I like that. Love you guys. So, but this is a good turnout. This is what we say. We want peaceful protests. We can't. Here's the thing. We can't complain. We can't say, oh, these people don't have peaceful protests, and then when they do, we're still mad that they protested. Even if we don't like what they're protesting about, it was still peaceful. So, look, it's all cleared out. It's all gone. Ooh, look at that. Everybody's left. Peacefully. They police themselves. They're organized. At least here, can't say for other cities, but at least here it's organized. So, let me get out of here, you guys. Appreciate y'all. God bless you guys. Until next time. Go watch the military parade.